Hey, welcome back to The Past is Alive. Tonight we are back, continuing our search for the Mantle autograph in 1991 score Series 2. We ripped a few boxes of these in the past and we came up short, but we did find a lot of nice Chipper Jones rookie cards. I think we found like 5 out of the last box we opened, so that was definitely a nice surprise, but this card is pretty difficult to find. I want to thank you for joining us. We're going to be here for a while tonight, but supposedly, according to Hobby Lore, they printed 4 million of each one of the base cards, and then Mantle signed 2,500 of them. So pretty hard pull, but definitely one that I've always wanted to pull out of a pack for myself. So let's go ahead and see if we can't do that tonight. 11 boxes of 91 score. I'm going to focus the attention down here, and we're going to start off. We have, I think, 11 participants, but we're starting it off with Ray P, box number 1. Nick Baker says, sweet, you're going to pull one. I hope so, man. That would be so freaking awesome. I've been all about trying to pull some of these rare chase cards the last year or something like that. In Don Russ, the Elite, and Score with the different autos. Paul L says, the break of hell. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while. I'm going to try not to spend too much time on, like, the regular base cards. Like, you know, once we see them one time, we're going to just sift right through very quickly. So, Ray P, you are in the hot seat first. Let's see if we can't find you a Mantle, man. I got these at All Pro Sports Cards in Ohio. Paul L might know where that's at. Eric and I went there, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And definitely a really nice shop. Good prices. These are $10 a pop. If you buy them online, it seems like the cheapest one you're going to get is like 23, 25 bucks or something like that. So everyone that bought in got these for 10 bucks a piece plus the shipping. Let's go ahead and get down to it. The best key rookie we're looking for in here is going to be Chipper Jones. Mike Mussina is in Series 1, but so you can get a quick feel for the design. We have multiple different colors. You have Kirby Puckett with his shirt off in the very first pack, and what looks to be Reds October in the very first pack. I hope that's not a bad side. And Joe's Card Crow and I absolutely hate that card. Chipper Jones in the very first pack. That's pretty awesome, though. That actually worked out for the better. I love that card. Pretty iconic card of this era of collecting. Very first pack, Chipper Jones rookie, looking very sweaty and uncomfortable in that shot. That shot on the back of him always creeped me out. Matt Williams, Strawberry Master Blasters. Bernard Gilkey, this first pack has really thrown me off. Of course, every pack will have one of these World Series trivias. And then we have some more multicolors, but Chipper Jones, Aaron Cases, looks like a 10. It definitely looks pretty freaking nice, man. That was a very weird pack. You have the shirtless Puckett, Chipper Jones rookie, Bernard Gilkey rookie prospect, and Reds October. Does it get any more crazier than that? And there's Mark R. Says Mantle Auto in box 7, state law. Mark R, thanks a lot, man. I believe box 7 is yours, man. So I hope that we see one. That would be so freaking awesome. I've never seen anyone pull this Mantle. You move into 92, you can also pull a Mantle, you can pull a Yaz, you can pull a Musial, or they had a card where all 3 of them signed. I think that was limited to like 500. So nothing too great. There's Fred Lynn. Nothing too great in pack 2. We're going to go through these fast because I know Eric was live for like, I think what, like 9 hours last night? So I don't want to be here quite that long. There's a Billy Ripken. And a Griffey Dream Team. I like these cards a lot as a kid. James Reynolds says a Griffey base goes for $3 on eBay. Reds October again. Is that a precursor for Chipper Jones? I guess we're going to find out right now. It is not. It's a precursor for Donovan Osborne and Mike Lieberthal. That was kind of a big prospect at that time. Chet Lemon and Eric Schau. We were getting right down to it. Boom Slang's got it down exactly where it's going to be at. Ruben Sierra, the Griffies. That's a cool card. John Fishman says, Don West is my financial advisor. John Fishman, thanks a lot, man. Don West is amazing. I definitely miss him. You know, in times when I'm feeling nostalgic, which is pretty much every day, I will go on YouTube and I will look for Don West, old infomercial commercials. Those are the best, but I don't think anything takes the cake like the Saturday Night Live skits with Don West and the Shop at Home Network. was so epic. The Shaq plaque and the Scottie Pippen head. Will Clark Dream Team card. It's a cool one. Sandy Alomar, Cal Ripken Jr. Shout out to Corey. Paul Els's Shaq plaque. John Fishman, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And you too, Mark R. So nothing too crazy in that pack. Ripken. RMM says, I was researching the odds on Mantle from 91 score, and no one really knows. So many cases were produced. It's a needle in a haystack for sure. Yeah, Corey and I were talking about that the other day. And, yeah, supposedly they made $4 million of each base card. So when you go ahead and do all that math, $4 million, and divide that up by how many, I don't know, by cases and boxes per case, something else. Chris Sabo. I think we did the math on it. It was like one Mantle and then like 165 cases or something like that. It was crazy. Frank Thomas, second year card. I always liked that one. Nice one. Ozzie Smith. Joe Yankees here says maybe that would be sick. Matt Williams, Strawberry. Bernard Gilkey again. All the bad omens will definitely be coming out tonight. We'll probably see a lot of them. Probably see 30 plus Reds October cards. I think we're at 2 already. But we might see a lot of chippers too. I was thinking about doing like a chipper counter where we give away something for whoever can guess how many chippers we're going to get. I think the one box we got like 5. James Reynolds says, I like this set. I used to like it a lot too as a kid. Henderson Dream Team. Clemens, just Ken Griffey Sr. If it was a flea market right now, that card have like a $30 price tag on it. Scores 90, Man of the Year, Sandberg. Shout out to Craig B if he's in here. I never cared for these. Jose Uribe. I never cared for these trivia cards. Maybe that's why my baseball trivia sucks. Because I just never cared for them. But somebody said the other day they are best to use as ninja stars. I definitely remember using them like that as a kid. More so probably Eric whipping them at me. Andres Galarraga Dawson. Another Reds October card. Are we going to see a chipper in this pack? Drebeck. Craig B is in here. What's up, man? Mike Sims. Benny Santiago. Big Head. This first box is going down pretty good. Paul Ellis 3. Nick Beggars is 28 chippers. Is there anybody who wants to be the official counter of Chipper Jones? I think we've seen 1 tonight so far. Counter is 3 for Reds October. Okay, sweet. Somebody keep track of the Reds October cards and somebody keep track of the chippers. I'm very curious to see what that's going to be. John Candelaria. Mike York. Never really cared for him either. That was a really crappy pack. Steve Rollins is 23. Adam Weiss says, I'm not looking forward to work. I wish I could hang out with you guys tonight. I wish you could too, man. Yeah, we're going to be here for a long time, and I really hope we see a Mantle. How sick would that be? I pulled the franchise, one of the Mantles, out of a recent box, but it was an autograph. Roberto Alomar, Leapfrog card. That one always kind of weirded me out, too. Bobby Bowe, Big Head, Steve Carsey, Canseco, Corey Snyder, and Bill Kruger. 1 Chipper Jones so far. Mitch says 24 chippers tonight. Appreciate you guys all being here. I know we got started kind of early. I'm hoping we can wrap this up before 11. What's up, CLG? Kenneth Anderson says 24. How many nevers will be pulled? Todd Zeal, second year card for him. Like that really matters nowadays. Ripken, Randy Myers. Shout out to Nick Baker, who I know he used to PC Randy Myers. I think he still does. Todd Ritchie, Kurt Miller, Andy Van Slyke, and nothing else too noticeable in the rest of that pack. Get the one touch ready. You think that I would have a one touch sitting next to me, showing that I have confidence in pulling this card, but I don't have one. But if we pull one, it will definitely go into a one touch, a brand new one. That's the one thing that I forgot. Yeah, those are cool. I definitely like that. Todd R says the chipper count will be 16. Robin Yount, he came up short trying to find his error card the other night. And Boomslang, who is in here, he bought a box too. There's Mo Vaughn, second year card. Hal Morris, Boomslang got a box of Sport Flicks for himself, so he's going to be ripping those pretty soon. Adam Wise is a friend of mine, has the card with Mantle and Martin. It's autographed on the back. That's sick. Yeah, luckily, these bags or these packs aren't like the trash bag wrappers that we all have known to come to hate. Alan Trammell. Ron Walden. That's kind of a Mandela effect for me. I don't remember that card ever. Dan Wilson. No Hit Club, Langston and Witt. Nolan Ryan is a nice one, though. I like that one. Card Attractions, thank you. I appreciate that. Yankees fan, I am doing well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I randomly woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning and like started doing stuff around my house. I think I fell back asleep for a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure. Roger McDowell. This is the Doc. Yeah, so I was like kind of starting to drag around like 2 o'clock. I'm like, am I gonna be able to make it through that break later? Dave Justice, Tim Wallach, Olerud, Eric Davis, another chipper. Yes, it is. Another Chipper Jones rookie. The everlasting sweaty photo. Just so miserable on the back of that card. But, I mean, these ones look pretty nice. Very, very nice. I don't know. Centering looks pretty good to me. Corners are all sharp. The edges look nice. I don't know. That's a pretty good looking card. Same with the first one. Second Chipper Jones of the night. Ray P. You got 2 under your belt. Boomslang is in here since the Score Mantle autos have more than tripled in price from over a year ago. That is very interesting. Thank you for that tip there, Boomslang. I had no idea. Boomslang, I know that you just passed over 830 in your sub count. I'm going to post a link to your channel here. See if we can get you some new subs tonight. Boomslang has been putting out videos for quite a while and has quite an archive under his belt. So check him out if you're not subscribed to Boomslang. I appreciate that, man. I just posted the link in there since Corey is busy, evidently. I'm just kidding. Keith Comstock. That's not the 88 Topps error card. I always like that one. Benito Santiago. Kurt Schilling, who more than likely will be getting in the Hall of Fame next year. Dave Justice. Wallach, Eric Davis, Andy Hawkins. And I don't know if there's really any prominent players that have the green borders. Really don't know. The unautographed Mantle cards sell for 15 to 20 bucks raw. I did not know that either. That's pretty crazy. That's one of the ones I pulled, the Triple Crown Mantle. Must still be pretty hard to pull those ones. Looks like the value of an auto Mantle is around $1,000. Bryn Smith. I definitely believe it. BGO, Bonds. Drebeck. Fathead, Bob Welch in that creepy card. We were talking about that one the last time. And we still probably have like a half box left. Fred McGriff. Any plans to rip 92 per deck for the Ted Williams? Joe Schmidt says that's one I was thinking about. There's that creepy Frank Viola in the Apple card. Schilling again. Justice. Another Chipper Jones. The count is up to 3 now. And we're only about halfway through the box. Another good-looking chipper. Very, very nice. Another Bernard Gilkey. So, yeah, we found 5 in the one box I opened. That's pretty awesome. So the count is up to 3. Jason Easterling, thank you for keeping tabs on that. The question I was going to answer before until I got distracted. Joe Schmidt asked about 92 per deck. I definitely would like to rip those, looking for the Ted Williams at some point. And that's what I was saying before, is like, I don't know if I'm going to do weekly breaks anymore. I kind of want to get away from that a little bit. Maybe just do, twice a month or monthly, and maybe focus on doing some random, like, bigger ones like this, like 92 upper deck, 90 upper deck, looking for Reggie Jackson, 91 upper deck. I mean, those boxes have all gone up significantly in price, though, as of recently. Like, 92 upper deck are like 20 or 30 bucks a box now, I think. Maybe even a little more. It's crazy. They used to be $5 a piece when we would see them. Because there's not really much in there, and the chance of pulling a Ted Williams auto is pretty slim. But I'll keep an eye out for big bulk lots of cards, like from 92 Score and these ones where you can chase after autos. And I'm even thinking about doing set breaks. I have my eye on 92 Bowman, 95 Bowman's Best, like some random ones like that I may be doing here sometime soon. And there's Mark R. Again, it says 99 people in the room and only 3 likes. Smashing people. Mark R., thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Frank Thomas, the Doc. Matt Williams, Robbie Beckett, and nothing too notable in there. Frank Viola was a stud 98, 24-7, 264 ERA, and he won the Cy Young Award. Yeah, definitely. My box opening is really... I'm glad to hear that, Samuel. I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's kind of early. I wasn't sure if there'd be that many people in here rooting me on to find this Mantle. Sheffield, who will probably get in the Hall of Fame here pretty soon. Doug Jones, I thought that card was pretty cool. Flaming Ball, Frank Thomas, nice looking card, Aussie. Like, we'll spend, there's Olerud. He's actually on the cover of the box, too. We'll spend a significant amount of time in the first box, and we'll really start going through it. Scott I, what's happening, man? Thank you. There's that Doug Jones again, and that beautiful Chunk Wax Coalition. Thomas, Doc Gooden. I believe that Matt Williams and Strawberry, is it Strawberry? Matt Williams and yeah, I think that's what it is. Those 2 guys are in every pack of the chipper, it seems like, from what we've seen so far. So this box was actually not sealed. I bought this one, I think, in Ohio. Our second to last trip out there. Another Frank Thomas, Aussie. The rest of the boxes are sealed. This Strawberry, Bernard Gilkey. Usually Chippers in a pack with those guys, but didn't seem like we found him in this one. Herm Winningham for John Fishman. And Frank DiPino, who Eric actually just ripped 85 tops with recently. Pretty cool. Frank DiPino. That was a fun video. And we still have a decent amount left. For the first box, Ray P. I think the chipper counter is 3, and fortunately we haven't... Scott Scudder. Fortunately, we haven't seen too many of those Reds October cards. Ryan Sandberg for Craig B. Ken Griffey. I always like that card. That's a cool one. Donovan Osborne, Lieberthal again. Griffey, Rifleman. That's a cool card. RM says that video with Frank DiPino he had was sick. That album he had. Yeah, that was amazing, man. Definitely awesome. Scott Scudder is definitely a bad omen. Put him on the list, please, Paul. And the Corky-looking face, Corky from Life Goes On looking face of Scott Scudder. I don't know why, but a lot of people remind me of Corky. Yeah, I like that Griffey a lot. Rifleman is pretty sweet. Greg Vaughn and Yount. Benito Santiago. Sandberg, Griffey again. Mel Rojas. Yeah, I don't think there's any Hall of Famers or stars with the green border at all in this entire set. Another set we got for Christmas as kids. I definitely took better care of this one than I did the 89 score. That was my very first set that I had. Eric's is probably still in pristine condition. You should see mine. I'll have to show it to you guys one time. Still have it in my parents' closet. Barry Larkin, first time seeing that one. Man, is it destroyed. It is awful. Matt Williams, Robbie Beckett, and Frank DiPino again. Joe's Card Corral, what's happening, man? You have missed the first 2 Reds October cards. So you came in at a good time. We have not seen them in a while. Let's have a G.I. Joe video. Josh E., what's happening? Jack Clark, first time seeing that card tonight, I think. Cool shot of him. Corey Snyder. Yeah, we're going to be here for a long time, so props to any of you guys that decide to stay the entire time. I will be very surprised if anybody does. But maybe tonight is the night that we finally pull these crazy legendary chase cards. Very, very difficult to pull, but you never know. There's always a chance. Dave the Dead says, be thankful these cards are all face up, not like a 90 upper deck style. That is a very good point. I am very appreciative of that now that you said that. Thomas Gooden, Yount. Matt Williams, Roddy Beckett, Viola, Cecil Fielder, and the Greens. Jonathan H. is in here. What is up, man? The feels of all the money I wasted as a kid collecting this set. I think that we are definitely with you with that. At least I am. I know that. Goody G, what's happening? And give me a mantle or give me death. I like that. Larkin in action there. Dave Steeb, No Hit Club for Joe's Card Corral, who's now in here. Bob Kipper. Matt Noakes, who also reminded me of Corky from Life Goes On. And I have a stack of 91 score that are about to topple over here. I'm going to have to take a brief intermission in between each box we open and try to put these off to the side a little better. Robin Yount, Norm Charlton. Still in box 1, Will Clark. Move on. I like these 2 back then. They're regular cards, regular base card, but they're cool, though. Or subset cards. Cecil Fielder. I like the design of those. Mr. Blood Vessels is a 9-hour event. I don't think that we'll be going that long. We are finishing up box 1 now, and we're, 18 minutes in? So it'd be nice if we could do 20-minute boxes. That would be pretty epic. These are going down pretty smooth. 2 trivia cards. Wow. Haven't seen that before. Got lucky on that one. There's Andon. Says, other than autos, best card in the set, go, people. I think most people probably know. Chipper Jones is the best one. Thank you for that, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's definitely a whole bunch of uncorrected errors. Randy Myers with the mean mug. Yeah, Chipper Jones, we pulled 5 out of a random box a few weeks ago. And 2 in this one, too. DiPino, Ken Hill, without the $30 price tag. We pulled 4 chippers so far. Good thing I got people keeping track because I've already lost track. So we got 5 packs left here. Dave Stewart, Olerud, Thomas. I think we've seen like 10 of that card so far, but not a bad thing at all. Chet Lemon. Topless Kirby in the very first pack. Haven't seen him since. The final 4 for Ray P. And how crazy would that be to find a Mantle tonight? There's 7 different variations of cards they made documenting his career. Randy Myers again. And he signed each different variation, 2,500 of them that were all specially stamped. 3 packs left. So it'd be pretty freaking sweet to find one tonight. More boxes, the better chance. You know, it is a very difficult chance. And yeah, just a few years before he died, too, like Paul said. Clark Yount, Mo Vaughn, Scott Scudder, and Jose Rio. Spicy Bear says, to vaguely remember, there was a way to open 2 or 3 packs of these at once. Was there? I'd never heard of that. I'd love to know. That would definitely come in handy. That Dapper Will Clark, though, yeah, that Clark is a nice-looking card. I like that one a lot. Juan Gonzalez, first time seeing him. It's a second-year card for him. Sutcliffe, Steinbach, and a nice George Brett. I like that card. Cool. Definitely a nice change-up from the blue and white and green borders. Final pack of the first box, and we're at 21 minutes, so that's not bad. Surhoff, McGriff, Andy Van Slyke, Henderson, Benito Santiago, Curry Puckett. This is a good last pack. Clemens, Brett. This one is stocked full of stars. Larkin, Shane Andrews, Nolan Ryan, K-Man. I always like that card. It's pretty sick. Very, very cool. Very stocked up pack there. Like that one a lot. Bunch of cool cards on it as a kid. Now, let me put these back in the box, and we'll get moving to second, or box number 2 here. Joe's Card Corral says, one of the first combos we ever had, we first met at the bus stop. On the bus, we talked about how we hated the Reds October card. Card has history. I feel like I definitely remember that, Joe. I appreciate you bringing that up, man, and for you being here. Thank you very much, Joe. Please check out Joe's Card Corral. I'm going to link your channel here, Joe. I need to get you some motivation to make some more videos. Joe's Card Corral, Eric and my best friend from childhood. We got lots of funny stories of wiffle ball and everything else that we can maybe even tell those tonight. Joe has plenty of them, I'm sure. Joe's Card Corral, check them out. Just link the channel as I put these into this box and get ready for box number 2. This will probably be the longest part of the break, is me not being prepared and having spots to put all these cards. I carefully put them back in the box and then put them in team bags and ship them out that way. It seems to be the easiest way to do stuff like this. Appreciate it, Kenneth Anderson. All right. Box number 2 is going to be Mark R. Actually, Mark R has 2 spots in this. I apologize. I think I just said you had 1 earlier. Or everyone had 1, but I think Mark R has 2 and number 7 or something along those lines. So maybe number 2 will be the lucky one. All right. I have managed to jam all those cards back into that box for Ray P. Bunch of nice chippers in there. I think it was 4 chippers in that box. You can't beat it. All right, number 2. Moving right along. Mark R. And this is our first sealed one. The rest are actually all sealed now. Let's get to ripping. See if we can keep these to under 25 minutes per box, so we're not here all freaking night. And then I hope to bring you some different videos next week. I'm going to try to maybe do some vintage toy store videos, maybe some flea market videos, and get those going, because I go to the flea market. You know, I go to several different ones every single weekend, and see all this cool stuff, and like, oh, I should be filming this to show to everybody else, and I never do. But maybe this weekend and next week, I'm on vacation, so might be able to bring you some different content. Mitch A says, I opened a 96 Don Russ Holly box, got 2 numbered cards, 1 gold Diamond King out of 10,000 when we're Diamond Kings hobby only. Yeah, I definitely remember opening 96 Don Russ too. We did those not too long ago here. We opened, I think, 3 boxes. I can't remember if they were retail or what. But, yeah, we think I pulled, like, what, the Ripken Elite, I think, out of the very last pack of the last box. It's pretty sick. Plow King Willies has got to go poo. All right, Mark R., you're up. Let's find you a Mantle auto. See if we can blaze right through these in this freaking graveyard of pack wrappers I have next to me. Griffey's in the first pack. Steve Carsey, Canseco, Corey Snyder. Craig B says, good luck, Mark. Have I tried doing through the mail? Not in many, many years, man. Definitely as a kid. Mitch has got a huge toy collection. That's awesome. Did I pick up anything recently? I don't know if I did. Kind of taking a brief. Actually, I picked up, I think everyone saw my recent pickups. Dave Stewart. Nothing too great in that pack. Pack 2 for Mark R. Let's find you 4 or 5 chippers at least. See if that's going to be the theme of tonight. Nice shirtless Puckett. If I remember correctly, Chipper Jones was in the first pack we had with the shirtless Puckett. Alomar, Terry Mulholland. But Joe Girardi, not the same luck in that one. But still got the shirtless Puckett. You can't be too greedy. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. That's kind of pretty weird. McGriff, Eckersley, Roberto Alomar, Dream Team. I see a prospect card coming up. Sandberg and Tim Costo in this pack. And Joe Girardi again. 2 Puckets. You've sat through many of Eric's 8-hour breaks. Yeah, I was surprised when I woke up this morning and saw he was live for 9 hours. I'm like, wow, that's got to be one of his records. Reds October. What's the counter up to now? 3, I believe. Tino Martinez. I like that card. Paul Sorrento. Sandberg, Tim Costo again. 4 is the count for Reds October. I think we're at, what, 4 Reds October, 4 chippers. That can't be good. We got to get more chippers in that crap Reds October card. I still want to get that in a PSA 10 and send it to you, Joe. I was definitely watching it on eBay. I think a PSA 10 of it was like $10 shipped or something like that on eBay a while ago. Like, I need to send that to Joe. Robin Yount, Henderson, Trammell, Allrood. Gary DiSarcina. Yeah, I definitely wanted to surprise you with it. I figured you'd be real pissed off, though. Yeah, we're burning right through these ones. Charles Aragon, what's up, man? Dave Stewart. And Alex Cole, the Sabo Imposter. Now, Nick Baker says, I got to say at least 2 Mantle cards will be pulled. That would be sick. And just to see the regular ones. Glenn Davis, Shane Andrews. There's the K-Man Ryan card. I like that one. Terry Mulholland, no-hit club. No sign of Chipper yet. Maybe he's hiding out in the other half of the box. I don't doubt we'll see at least. I'm going to say, in this box, I'm going to say 2 chippers. So what's our count to 4? Jose Alina, I used to like that card a lot as a kid. Eric Christofferson, Eric Hansen, Bo Jackson, first time seeing that. Master Blaster. Mark Wagner, what's going on, buddy? Same to you, buddy. Yeah, that Frank DiPino and Nolan Ryan Astros photo was sick. Like that one a lot. Was from 1982, I believe. Crown Apple Kid, what's going on? Eric Hansen. Yeah, Eric Hansen, he looked like he was like a Muppet or something. I don't know. There was something to his face that was really weird. His nose was all messed up. Interesting Barry Larkin. It looks like it had like a price tag on it at one point. We need more Scott Scudder. Lemke, Barry Bonds MVP. First time seeing that. Sandy Alomar, Zeal. And it looks like Chipper Jones has found his way into that pack. Very nice. The first one, I said 2 for this box. I should have probably raised the number up because there is the first chipper out of Mark R's first box. And that is looking pretty nice. And we still got a lot to go. And there's Mark R again. It says, it's all for fun, John. Does it best. Thank you so much, Mark. Very, very nice of you, dude. Well, hoping we can pull you some fire, man, in the way of a Mickey Mantle autograph. It'd be sick to see that and hold it in my own hands. Will Clark, Aaron Holbert, first time seeing that. Uribe, Darnell Coles. I like Darnell Coles for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because he was on the Buccos at one point. 3 topless Kirby's. I'm glad someone's keeping count of the topless Kirby's. Oh, that's great. Ron Gant leading off. Gooden, Eric Davis, Bonds, Tim Wallach, Robbie Beckett, Viola, Cecil Fielder, Dave Steeb. I should probably just stop reading a bunch of the names and just fire through these, just so we're not here till freaking 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know how many. I mean, there's 7 different mantles in this set. I've only ever seen the Triple Crown one. I don't really know. Like, I've seen pictures of the other ones, but I don't know like what achievements they are, or if they even are achievements or anything else. I could not tell you. John Allrood, Jose Uribe. You really can't say players are a bad omen in some break like this because of how many boxes you're going to open. The bad omens come down to all being in one box. That's how we've narrowed it down. Some more than others. Wade Boggs' dream team. First time seeing that. Carmelo Martinez, and of course the beautiful and glorious Reds October. Whatever the counter is now, I lost count. George Brett, Larkin, Shane Andrews. There's the K-Man, Nolan Ryan, Rick Reed. Weird looking card. 5-5. We were tied up. Reds October and Chipper. 5-5. Rick Cerrone on the back of this pack. Rennie Myers. Pagnozzi. Well, same collation as the last pack, but unfortunately for us, no Reds October in that one. 1 chipper in this box. 5 overall in the break. So we're 5-5 to 0 in the Mantle count. Should probably just open a bunch of these at one time, but there is McGriff, Trammell, Allrood, Puckett, Griffey. Love that card. Clemens, Davis, Andy Hawkins. Not really a name I remember too well from my younger years. Quisenberry retired after 1990. Yeah, Quisenberry was definitely a great closer. He passed away. I forget what year he passed away, but pretty tragic. Doc Gooden, but he definitely became a bad omen because we kept pulling his cards out of the same box. Zane Smith, Draybeck, Ron Walden, Dan Wilson, Darryl Strawberry, and a bunch of you will have a ton of these World Series trivia cards to piss off your roommate or your spouse and whip around the house. How much you pay? I paid $10 a box, and that's what everybody else paid too, plus shipping. Lonnie Smith, Benito, Barry Bonds, Sandberg, Tim Costo, and Joe Oliver. Moving right along. So I said 2 chippers. Anybody else want to throw their 2 cents in on that? 86 Fleer break. That's what it was. Destro 13 Cobra. Yeah. Yep. He was freaking rife in that box. Jeff Conine rookie card. I was all about him, as I'm sure none of you would be surprised. I think a lot of people were. It's coming, Mark R. says. Any airs in this set? There's a bunch of airs. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of airs, but there's really nothing that cool. McGriff needs to be in the Hall of Fame with his 493 homers and 1550 RBIs. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Vince Coleman, Boggs, Man of the Year, Sandberg. It's a dapper-looking card to him. Bonilla, Steve Karsake, and Seiko. And Kevin Moss, after we were all tired of him. 2,500 Mantles. Any guess on how many could still be in packs? I have no idea. I don't think. There are really no odds generated. I have no idea how many are pulled. Very, very tough to say. I mean, there's definitely got to be still some out there in packs. Who knows how many of these boxes are still laying out there in warehouses or wherever else. Still got a decent amount of packs in this box. And we're making pretty good time. Frank Viola and that freaking Apple card. Thomas, Griffey Sr., Christofferson, the Muppet, Eric Hansen, Bo Jackson. There's a warehouse in Michigan that has cases upon cases of hockey cards. I heard somebody else talking about that. I'm pretty sure Score is still printing these cards. I often wonder that too. They see like people going and buying these old boxes again. They're like, all right, we got to start printing those again. Kind of like freaking 8 per deck in 1990, and they're still printing a ton of them. Randy Johnson, Melito Perez to Andon. Andon, if you're still in here, shout out to you and that Melito Perez. I love that Thomas too. Yeah, it's definitely a nice looking card to him. Like that one. I always like this 91 Don Russ too, and I don't really like that set, but there's a nice Sabo. Ozzie Smith and Thomas are usually always together in the same pack. Clemens, Davis, Hawkins. Not Stephen Hawking. Frank DePino. Yeah, Secret Warehouse. I've seen pictures of that place The Michigan warehouse. I thought there was like cases of 91 Fleer in there too, which no one will go near, which is believable. Criterium Racer, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Good to have you with us. Bonds, Sandy Alomar, Todd Zeal, and the big head Matt Williams. And we are still just on for one chipper in this box. Armando says, today I'm going to rip 86 Fleer box for Corey Snyder. And Corey Snyder was like a hotter card than Canseco at one point. Gwynn, Larkin, Henderson. There's the Ripken. Myers, Todd Ritchie, Kurt Miller, Van Slyke, and Tim Leary. Jeez. Craig Jeffries in the back. Hopefully the Mantle's not in that pack after that just happened. Ozzie Smith, George Brett, Larkin, Clemens. So there is a star player with the green border. Wow. Paul says, it's funny that in 2011 update, initially Eric Hosmer was a hot card. See, I wasn't collecting back then, so I did not know that. Sanjay, no Mantle yet. We were only in box 2. Andre Dawson, Doug Jones, the Flaming Ball. Kind of reminds me, like, back when we used to play wiffle ball. I'm sure Joe's Card Corral probably remembers this, but I don't know. I could do some pretty annoying and jerk-like things when as a kid. Joe could probably tell you about that, but we'd play wiffle ball and I'd be pitching. Sometimes I'd take a bunch of dirt and put it inside the ball, and yeah, not a real cool thing to do. Freaking go to swing and like dust and dirt flies all out in your eyes. That's kind of what made me think of that when I saw Doug Jones Fireball card. I'm sure Joe remembers that. Just being a jerk. Dust ball. I'm sure I got beat up for it. I'm sure. There's that Will Clark. I can only imagine how many times I got punched. We corked our bats also. I remember doing that too. That was sick. It was so fun because it was like usually me, Eric, and Joe that would be playing wiffle ball in the backyard. Sometimes our other neighborhood friend Mark. So we only really had like 2-person teams. So you'd have a pitcher, and then you'd have, like, I don't know, basically an infielder / outfielder. And we had this huge tree in the yard, and, like, the tree, like, literally overtook the entire yard. So anytime you hit, like, a fly ball, it would get caught in all these tree branches, and it was almost like, what's that game from Price is Right? Like, Pingo, whatever it is. So you'd watch it just, like, bounce all around in the tree and roll down and, like, it'd always throw you off trying to catch it, get underneath it. Reds October, Plinko, that's what it is. Yeah, it was like that. Rolling down the tree branches. Orlando Merced rookie card. So 6 on the Reds October. You had to hit a perfect line drive to like clear over the picket fence. It was awesome though, hitting a line drive over the fence. It was definitely a rush. And then like, if Joe, I don't know, Joe wasn't around a lot of the time when our dog would be outside, but we had a big German Shepherd, and he would chew the hell out of those wiffle balls, like ruin them. And then we'd have to go down to Johnny's Market, this little small market that had tons of expired food and like 95 Bazooka. George Brett, Mattingly, Sierra, Ripken, buy a wiffle ball for like 89 cents or whatever. I think we have 6 chippers maybe, or is it 5? I think it's 5. I think we're tied, and I think we have 6 Reds October cards now. No sign of Mickey Mantle yet, but we got a long way to go. Erickson, the Cecil Fielder again. Yeah, those were the days. I'd like to organize a wiffle ball league or some sort of baseball league. I definitely miss it. I know Eric wanted to do that like last year, but it didn't really, nothing came from it. Let's be a 9-hour break. I don't think so. We are working our way in. We're only at 39 minutes now. I think we can get done in like 3 to 4 hours at the absolute most if I'd shut up. Matt Williams and Darryl Strawberry, Gilkey. Usually Chipper's in a pack with those guys, but we got Clemens instead. Beer League, Frankie Turner, what's up, man? Yeah, Beer League would be sick. I like that movie, though, with, what's his name? Artie Lang. Jeff Martin, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Frank Viola. Doug Jennings, Corey Snyder. Danny Jackson, Adam Peterson. Sandlot all over again. Yeah, those are definitely days. Last pack, we've only found one chipper, so I was wrong. I said 2 in this box. We found freaking, what, 4 or 5 in the first box. Getting tired of Viola's ugly mug. It's only going to get worse, man. Schilling. And in the last pack, Chipper Jones pops up again. Freaking sweet. Mark R. That is pretty awesome, though. I feel like, I don't know, this Chippers, I'd like to see what the pop is on the 10s. Like they always come out of the pack pretty nice, centering and everything else. But great looking Chipper Jones. Put this off to the side. Mark R still has another box coming up here, so, but not until I think number 7. So the Chipper Jones count is on 7 now. Chipper's face looks like he's in pain. He definitely does. Mark R. Yeah, we got 2 for you, man. Luckily, the last pack magic came through there. Pretty freaking awesome. Timmy Tea Time, what's up, buddy? All right. Bear with me for a few seconds here while I put these carefully back into the box. And then I have the fun process of going through and team bag and everything and putting them back in there again, but just to keep them organized for now. Frankie's in my bro-in-law pool. One of those Mantle cards that aren't autoed back in 91. I remember trading him one of my 91 Protect Jordan SPs for. We had no idea who Mantle was or that he signed some. Yeah, those cards are sweet, man. I definitely pulled one out of a recent box. It was like, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago. One of the ones we opened not that long ago. We found that card. It's pretty sick. Hey, same to you, Tim Shea. Appreciate the well wishes there. Getting ready to open box number 3 here in a second. So appreciate you guys sticking around. Will tonight be the night we find this Mantle? There's always a chance. I like to try to stay positive when it comes to pulling these cards, because you never know. All right, box 2 in the books. Moving on to box 3. Yeah, Mantle can only be found in Series 2. So these boxes tend to be a little more expensive than Series 1. Box 3 is Craig B. Craig B, good luck to you, man. I know you like 91 Score. I know you've done this search on your own as well. On your channel. Let's see what we got. Tom Nevers here we come. Patreon Pyre, what's up? Looks like Chipper graded on PSA 9 is good for 20 bucks. Yeah, that sounds about right. 20 bucks. PSA 10 is probably around 70. Unfortunately, like the pop on these ones is pretty high just because of how many they made. I mean, they printed tons of those cards. So figure there's probably, I mean, they're more than likely there's 4 million Chipper Jones 91 Score rookie cards. Just like all the other base cards. So the pop is going to be pretty high. Therefore, keeping the value kind of low, but still a nice one to have regardless. All right. Mark R. Craig B, good luck to you, man. Let's see if we can find you this Mantle auto. Getting started. There's Craig B says, let's pull some fire right before we even started. Craig B, thank you very much, man. That is very, very nice of you. Before we start, let's get a link to your channel posted. I know you posted a video, was it earlier today? I believe. You've been posting a lot of videos lately, man. Let me get a link to your channel up here so people can check you out and give you a sub. Craig B. Check him out. The link's posted now. Getting close to 200 subs, too. So if you're not subbed to him, please check out Craig B and show him some love. Let's find you a Mantle auto, man. Box number 3. Let's get down to it. If no Mantle, at least maybe we'll find 20 more Red Sox-October cards. Another Eric Hansen card. Bonds. Whoa, haven't seen this one yet. I used to love this card. The last card of the set, I believe. We pray for the safe return of all Americans involved in Operation Desert Storm and for peace throughout the world. I used to like that card a lot. I feel like at one point Beckett had this card listed for like 20 bucks. But cool card, though. I used to like that one a lot. Old Glory. Waxman 68 cards. What's going on, man? BITG Breaks is in here. Says, if you guys hit the Mantle Auto, random off $100 BITG credit to the room. Holy crap, BITG Breaks. Thanks a lot, man. That is very, very cool of you. All right, so you guys heard it. $100 credit for BITG Breaks if we find this Mantle. That is a lot at stake here. Freaking epic. I know you just posted a video earlier today, a card shop update. And man, it's coming along. It's looking pretty sweet, dude. I cannot wait to come down and visit. Really appreciate you popping in here. BITG Breaks. Check him out. He's around 2,200 subs. I just posted a link to his channel. Very, very generous of you, man. $100 credit on his channel. Let's get down to it, man. Yeah, I can imagine it's a slow process. But, man, it's going to be worth it, dude. It's going to be sweet. I hope to come down there for your grand opening. Hopefully, Eric and I both will come down there. Will Clark in the second pack here. Nolan Ryan is always a good sign. So, you heard it from BITG. We pulled that Mantle $100 credit. That is freaking amazing. Very, very nice of you, man. Card Breakers, what's up, man? So, let's see if we can have some luck here. It's Boggs, Henderson, Trammell, Ripken, Donovan Osborne, Lieberthal, Griffey, Rifleman. Love that card. 93 Dirty D says, you need to find that effing man like right now. I wish, man. BITG says, I've broken so many of these hoping for that Mantle. They are so fun. They definitely are, man. They definitely are. And it's I love stuff like this because it's really low risk. You can get a box of these for $10 a lot of the time. You know, if you buy them on eBay, a little more. But, you know, stuff like that to find these legendary cards that you can only dream about or, you know, hear legends about. Like somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that maybe pulled one back then. Yeah, to finally pull one all these years later, man, it's been a goal of mine for a while, whether it be the Mantle Auto or an Elite. Any of these rare cards would be so epic. Think about what has gone through someone's mind when they've hit it. I know, man. Same with like the no name on front. Absolutely insane. I can only imagine. I get stoked pulling cards that are out of 10,000. Like, a lot of these, like all the elites were out of 10. They're numbered, serial numbered out of 10,000. But 10,000 back then, when you're printing 4 million of each base card, that's a low number. So, same thing with a lot of the other mid-90s inserts. Numbered to 10,000. It's like, wow, I still get so stoked. Yeah, if you can't find BITG Breaks, I'll post it again. I still have it up saved on here, so you don't have to go through and search for it. It sucks that you can't click on people's names and search anymore. I don't know why they decided to do away with that. Kurt Miller, Andy Van Slyke, Kevin Moss ends that pack out for Craig B. No sign of Rhino yet either. Craig B., the super collector of all things Ryan Sandberg. I was kind of bummed out because I watched a recent video of your Sandberg collection. And I have a couple cards put aside for you, and I'm like, there's no way he has this card. Like, what is it, Drake's from like the 80s? He doesn't have this. Like, oh, there's 2 Drakes in this binder page. I'm like, wow, he really does have a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's definitely, I think I have some other ones in there too, but I was like, there's no way he's got this Drake's card, but it must be more common than I thought. I don't think I've ever seen him before until recently. Card Breaker says, hey, Joe's Card Corral, love the vids, sub the first week of your channel. That's awesome, man. George Brett, Donnie Baseball, who hopefully we see get in the Hall of Fame one day. Some people disagree. They don't think that he belongs in there. Barry Bonds Big Head card, DePino again, and Ken Hill. And moving right along here. No sign of Mantle yet. No sign of any of the inserts of him either. But I don't know. I'm kind of confident we'll at least see one of those inserts. Greg Briley, Davis, Bonds, Wallach. So random how they'll just have 4 of those franchise cards in one pack. Bonds, Christofferson, Hansen. Craig says I was in the middle of opening a 91 Protect football box when the stream started. Hey, Triple C's, what's up, man? Sheffield, Ozzie Smith. And there's that Brett card. There's more of these, too. Just haven't seen them yet. Must be a lot more in Series 1. Larkin, Shane Andrews, the K-Man, and Dwayne Ward. They couldn't pack them fast enough. Dirk Remington, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Goody G said, I need a blue Benito Santiago card. Wally Whitehurst leads things off. Randy Myers, Tino Martinez, Andahar Cedeno, Will Clark, Aaron Holbert. I don't think Aaron Holbert really materialized into much. I don't remember his name too much after 91. RMF says I have a PSA 10 Conseco Dream Team. He said, that's crazy. Got it dirt cheap years ago. Actually sells for $25 now. I believe it, man. It's a pretty iconic card. Dale Murphy. Have not seen him tonight yet until right now. And there we go. Ryan Sandberg, Man of the Year. I'm sure Craig has freaking 30 of that card. A little off center, but still pretty cool regardless. Orlando Merced. I would have flipped out about that back then. And I'm sure people would still flip out about this Dale Murphy now because a lot of fans of Dale Murphy still left out there and think he belongs in the Hall of Fame as well. Dirk Remington says, sorry late to the stream. Hate when that happens. Dirk, thank you very much, man. Good to have you with us. You haven't missed too much. You did miss a Chipper Jones hot box. The first box we pulled, what, 4, I believe? Larkin. Then the second box we pulled 2. And I don't know. Have we seen one in this box? I don't know if we've seen one yet. Bonds, Christopherson, Bo Jackson, and there's Dale Murphy again. Waxman says Dale Murphy should be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, his stats in the 80s were phenomenal, man. I'd like to see him get more consideration myself. Craig says that Sandberg Man of the Year card is one of my all-time favorites. I used to love that card as a kid, man. That definitely is a cool one of him. Brent Nackert. Oh, not a name you really say too often. Steve Carsey, Conseco, Corey Snyder, Cole Fryman. Travis Fryman was a big deal back around this time. Everyone was fighting over his cards. Dirty D says, you pull the mantle, I'll punch myself in the face. No, seriously, really hard. All right, so now we have that at stake. So BITG is giving away a $100 credit on his channel. Dirty D's punching himself in the face, and then we have the Mantle Auto itself. So we got a lot of things riding on this card. Junk Wax Sal says Dale Murphy not being in and Harold Baines being in the Hall of Fame is a joke. I can definitely agree with that, man. Ozzie Smith, I still think a lot of people refuse to acknowledge Baines being in the Hall of Fame. Credit and punches, bring it on. It doesn't get too much better than that, man. Is this a set with that cool Bo Jackson shoulder pad card? That is 1990, the football baseball Bo. Yeah, that's still a pretty hot card. People love it. People definitely love that card. I always wanted it as a kid. I never had it. So that was probably one of the first cards I bought whenever I got back to collecting like 5-6 years ago or whatever. So I got to buy that Bo Jackson. I think I got it for like $1 or something like that, or 50 cents, something like that, along those lines. I'm like, this card's sick. At one point, I remember that Beckett had that listed at like $20 somewhere in there, maybe even higher. I just remember it being a high dollar card back when I used to eat cereal every single morning and read Beckett. Ken Griffey Jr. Dream Team, love that card. Jeff Shaw, seeing some different names there, and Bill Kruger. All right, so no Chipper Jones in this box yet. So maybe they're all saving our suspense for the last half of the box. Reds October is usually an indicator, but doesn't look like it in this pack. What is that, 7, 8, 9? How many Reds Octobers we got? Who's the official counter? Paul L says 7. Some guy's a PSA 10 Jose Lean 90 Leaf on eBay for $30. That's going to be sitting on there for 30 years. Unless there's somebody out there putting together the whole 90 Leaf set in PSA 10s, which there very well could be. Oral Hershiser, Myers, Wallach, Sandberg, Dykstra, Mulholland, Kevin Belcher, Bob Walk, and Jim Gott. Yeah, Ken Hill, 1989 Don Russ for $30. Yeah, I definitely took a picture of that a while ago. I don't know if I showed it to you guys or not. They had that. They had a Topps Big card of some USA Olympic. I think it was 88 Topps Big. Some USA Olympic guy that I'd never heard of before. I think that was like $5. Like, that's kind of a vast difference in price there. How do you justify Ken Hill at 30 and this no-name guy at 5? Reds October, number 8. Orlando Merced. Jose, your eBay count is probably 100. So I think we have 8 now. And Joe Klink. Bryn Smith. And there's that Bob Welch card. Number 8 thing from The Simpsons stuck in my head. Joker68, what's up, man? Yeah, a lot of time YouTube doesn't notify people right away. I don't know why it's like that. John Dobson, Shane Andrews, the K-Man, Nolan Ryan, and Jeff Gray. Moving right along, we are at just shy of an hour, and we are 3 boxes in. So that means we're going to be here for a while. That's typically about what it is, though. It typically takes you an hour up in 3 boxes. There's that Will Clark, Felix Jose, and the Desert Storm card. Second time seeing that one. I like that one, though. And we are moving right along and on pace to be here until, I don't know, probably 11 o'clock. Robin Yount. I don't mind, though. This is definitely fun. Will Clark, Frank Thomas. I love that one, too. That's a cool card. Eric Davis, Chipper Jones finally shows up. Craig B. I don't know if you have that one or not. You probably do, but that's a good-looking card, man. Might be a little off from top to bottom, but left to right it is pretty sharp. And, of course, the very miserable face of Chipper Jones. Love that one, though. Very, very nice. Very well might see another one in here. Number 8. I figured that you probably had it already. WBJ just said, I think Score put 1 auto in all these packs and kept the pack with the Mantle auto in it. Would not surprise me. There's those trash bag wrappers that we all love. Shining through there. David Cohn. Randy Tomlin. That's his rookie card. I think it's like the first time we've seen that card in 3 boxes. Kind of weird. Scott Scudder. Shout out to you wherever you are, Scott Scudder. The bane of my existence. In the 3 hours I spent looking for his 90 Topps card one time for Nick Morgan. For the Reds team set. Speaking of Reds. There are abundant in this pack. Tina Martinez, Paul Sorrento. Getting real tired of seeing him. Uribe for the 100th time. Back of that Chipper card looked like, dude, where's my card? Yeah, definitely. Paul Sorrento was a disgrace. Yeah, people get very hostile whenever you bring up Paul Sorrento. I've noticed that. I noticed that after the 96 finest break. Ruben Sierra, Denny Tarbell, Henderson, Reds October. You got to love it. We haven't looked at the back of this card yet, of them all celebrating. Chris Sabo really stole the show there. He's the only person facing the camera. Pretty interesting card. Nolan Ryan, K-Man. That is an epic shot. Someone needs to blow that up and get it on a t-shirt. Let's make that happen. BITG says at least these cards are not sticking. That's what I was thinking too. Somebody else said it earlier. At least it's not like 90 upper deck or 91 upper deck where all the cards are like every which way. I don't know if I could do a 92 upper deck break looking for that Williams auto. Bo Jackson. I'd probably freaking knife myself. Would not be good. Because I hate opening just a few packs of those. It'd be so frustrating. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a chase card, you could just sift through them all real quick. But, man, I would be so pissed. It would be terrible. Rick May says this live stream is going to last longer than Scott Scudder's career. Very well could. Curry Puckett with his top off. Matt Williams and Strawberry definitely used to be precursors for Chipper, but they're now precursors for Bernard Gilkey, who we all have a special place in our heart for on this channel. New drinking game. Let's take a shot every time we see a Reds October card. I like that idea. There's Mark R. again. Says, you're going to be sick of all the players by the end. Thank you, man. Yeah, I feel like I definitely already am. Yeah, these long breaks, which I don't do very often on this channel, but yeah, by the end, I think everybody's sick of them. Everyone's probably sick of me. Kurt Schilling. Chipper Jones again. There's a second one. Nice. You can never have too many of that card, even though there's 4 million of them in existence. And you can never get tired of looking at that sweaty dude, where's my card face. I love it. That's a cool card, though, regardless. How many there are, still love it. That's very, very sweet of you to say, Paul. The feeling is mutual. Card Breaker says, bye, have a good time. I have to go. Hope we pull fire. Well, thanks for sticking around, man. We have 6 packs left. And Terry Leach. Joe Mansman, what's up, man? Super Sloth, follow us up with a case of yak. I've been thinking about getting a case of yak packs again. I don't know what's gotten into me. Plow King Willie says, are you gay? No, I'm not, man. Are you? Let's go ahead and get you out of here. because that's kind of a dumb thing to ask somebody. Should I go to Taco Bell? There's Corey. Fernando Valenzuela leading off. And look, there's Bow Breaker. That's pretty sick. First time seeing that. I used to love that card. 773. Cool card. I've seen this card still sell for a few bucks. I like that one a lot. Bo Jackson. Too bad his career ended abruptly when it did. Otherwise, he would more than likely be in the Hall of Fame. 4 packs left. Love that Bo Jackson. Bow Breaker. That's a sick card. Don Slott leading off. Seeing some new faces here. In box 3, Cecil Fielder, Dave Steeb. Gruber and Don Slott. And 3 packs left. Scotty Arms, what's happening? Paul Elsa's Plow King has a history on this channel. Yeah, I don't know if that guy's a troll or what, but I don't know. Either that or he's a little kid. Are you gay? Snicker, snicker. What are you, freaking 11 years old, man? Your parents did a poor job. 2 packs left. El Canon, what's happening, man? What is a yak pack? Ooh, a yak pack is probably the most awful baseball card product ever existed. Jody says, we're looking for a date. I guess, yeah, I guess I came off a little defensive there. Yeah, maybe he was throwing a line out there. Maybe I was too harsh on him. I've seen him say some dumb stuff before and I let it slide. That's why I was... We'll never be seeing him again unless he makes another troll account. But then I'll just block him again. But I don't know, that's stupid. Phil the Car Guy says, just enjoy the video. You want to troll? Check out PewDiePie. Yeah. Last pack. No problem, man. Last pack Mantle. I hope so, man. Maybe it's Mike, a kid in disguise. We haven't seen him in a long time, man. Jim Gott. Give us the luck of your Taekwondo. There's a first round draft pick card in here. No Chipper Jones, but a Ron Walden. I don't know if you are a fan of him or not, but Andy McGaffigan and Jim Gott. No Mantle in that box for Craig. But we did find 2 Chippers, which is still nice, and 5 or 6 Reds October cards. Still fun regardless. And maybe you can send us Chippers in the PSA. Ron who? Yeah, I don't remember Ron Walden ever really materializing into much. Let me put these back in the box. Sit tight for a second. We'll move on to box number 4 and see if we have some luck in there. We still have not seen a Mantle. Not every one of his cards are autographed. There's still Mantle inserts in here that are pretty tough to pull. I've pulled 1 in my life, so it was actually on this channel, so that's pretty cool. But he did autograph 2,500, so I now have the Mr. Plow song from The Simpsons. You definitely watch a lot of Simpsons, Paul L. I used to watch a lot of Simpsons too when I was younger. And just kind of, I don't know, I think I started watching Family Guy back in like 98 or 99, whatever. I can't remember what year Family Guy came on. It was around that time, late 90s, early 2000s. And I kind of stopped watching The Simpsons. 30,000 unautographed Mantle cards. Simpsons is definitely a quality show. It's been on forever. I was actually thinking about it recently. I've not watched it in so long. Definitely a good show. I will always like it. I definitely have my favorite episodes. Like Bone Storm, one of my personal favorites. And, of course, Homer at the Bat. Moving on to box 4 for John A. Buy me Bone Storm or go to hell. That episode's so good. I love it. And Bart goes in the store and steals it. Yeah, it's a good one. John A says, this is the Mantle box. The babysitter episode from season 1. I definitely recall that, but I can't remember it too well. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good quality Simpsons episodes. Jason M, what's happening? 31 years. Yeah, like the longest running, I don't know, cartoon or series. I don't know if it's the longest running series. Like Days of Our Lives has been on, like, I don't know, freaking 50 years or something crazy like that. Or it started in like the 70s. Let's pull them out. John A, good luck to you, man. Let's see if we can find you a Mantle in here. South Park has been on for a very long time, for sure. Let me get caught up in the stream here. RMM says Bow Breaker PSA 10 is worth at least $100. That's freaking awesome, man. Thank you for that info. I had no idea. So that one looked pretty nice too. So maybe send that one in, Craig, if you feel confident about $100 in your pocket. That's pretty cool. Probably a low pop because of the black border. I mean, it would make it difficult to get a PSA 10, I would think. But that's pretty freaking awesome. All right, let's get ready here for John A. And we got John Fishman says they have the internet on computers. John, thank you for that humor, man. I love it. And the first pack up for John A. And Espo Card Shack says good luck on the Mantle hunt. Thank you very much, Espo Card Shack. I'm not sure if you have a channel or not. Let's check it out here. Espo Card Shack. Let me see if I can pull your channel before we rip into this. He has almost 500 subs. I'm not subbed to you, but I am now. So post a link to your channel, Espo Card Shack. Check him out. Check out that link. Click on it real quick. Show him some love. Just did a Throwback Thursday, 2014 Topps blister packs. Pretty freaking awesome. 2020 Topps Chrome before that. So he bounces all over the place as far as years ago. Check him out and give him a sub. Appreciate that. Our first pack in for John A. Let's see if we can find some Mantles. I'm going to try to go a little faster here just so we are not sitting here at 2 in the morning. Although there's nothing wrong with that. I'd be more than happy to sit here at 2 in the morning with you guys and open Topps Kids if you want. Make it an all-night thing. Hey, Jay's Mix, what's happening, man? Thank you. Frank Viola and the freaking Apple. I don't know if there's like a hidden message behind that card or what. Strawberry. Young and the Restless started in 1973, and that's still on, right? Thank you guys for subbing each other. Appreciate that. Eric has a 9-hour stream last night. Good God. Yeah, I saw it this morning. I love Seinfeld. One of my favorite shows, I'd say. Steve Karsake and Seiko Master Blaster. General Hospital is definitely another one. For whatever reason, I used to watch like Days of Our Lives or something like that. I don't think my mom knew I was watching it because she'd probably be pissed off. I was like freaking like 7 years old, but I don't know why I watched that back then, but it must have been in between cartoons. Barry Bonds, Sandberg. So the main cards we're looking for, anybody who's jumping the stream, we're looking for the Mantle, any of the inserts, obviously the autograph, but the key rookie in Series 2 is Chipper Jones. Mike Mussina made his way into Series 1. Get a PSA 10 Mussina for around like $70, around the same price. Henderson, Olerud, Puckett, and Cecil Fielder. I think we saw that in the first box, maybe. Something along those lines. Moving right along. Chris and Chris collecting cards. Says good luck on this box. I'm on vacation, so take all the time you need. Thank you very much, Chris and Chris. Let me get a link to your channel as well. Chris and Chris collecting cards. And hopefully enjoy your vacation. Like I was saying earlier, I'm on vacation next week, so I plan on trying to hit some, I don't know, card shops and flea markets. I need to map out some stuff and plan a little bit. Chris and Chris collecting cards, getting close to 100 subs. Let's try to get them up to 100 now. They're 87. Just did a couple videos hunting for Donruss Elite, ripping some hanger boxes from football, so they bounce between football and baseball. Yeah, check them out. I posted a link to their channel. Show them some love. Appreciate you guys being here. The search for the Elite is definitely a very elusive one. I hope to do that maybe next week or 2 weeks from now. We will get some. I have some Donruss boxes. We will start ripping those and try to find an Elite because that's on my bucket list to pull one of those cards. Hopefully you guys have some luck as well because I've still never seen one pulled. Eric pulled one out of a pack in like 91, but I didn't witness him doing it. He pulled the Fred McGriff. What's the code word for drinking again? Reds October is the code word. Yount. And there, speaking of Reds October, there she blows. Reds October followed by no Chipper Jones in that pack. That was only the first box. 10 is the count for Reds October. Gotta love that card. It's Always Sunny's a new Seinfeld. Yeah, It's Always Sunny is legit. Ruben Sierra, Sil Campusano. First time seeing that. Griffey's. Ken Jr. and Sr. and Nolan Ryan. I haven't seen the back of that card yet. I like that one. Hal Morris and, of course, our beloved Scott Scudder. Yeah, Sonny has been on for a very long time. RM says Leisure Suit Larry no longer. Oh, Leisure Suit Larry. You gotta love that game, especially the filthy one that they came out with for the PS2. Great times playing that. Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Sr. Remember my buddy and I sat there and played Leisure Suit Larry on the PS2 like all weekend because it was so ridiculous. Like, is this actually a real thing? Sandberg, Big Head, Doc Good, and Randy Johnson. But I remember playing it for the DOS years ago at my buddy's house. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Freaking Leisure Suit Larry. No sign of a mantle yet, but we got plenty more packs to rip into, so I don't doubt that we won't see one. Turn Red October in a drinking game. I did that once. What was that? New Year's when I was doing shots of tequila, opening that box of metal. A lot of people were real pissed off about that and offended. Will Clark, Ozzie Smith. There's definitely people saying that I guess I don't know. Some people look up to me as a role model, or kids do, or watch the channel, and that's not good to be drinking. I never really thought of myself like that, but I guess if there are kids watching the channel, then that's probably not a real good look. Sitting there chugging tequila every time you pull an insert card. There's a lot of inserts in that box too. So George Brett, Barry Larkin, Shane Andrews. Nothing in that pack. No chipper yet in this box. Box 4, we're at an hour and a half in now. Or no, almost an hour and a half. Many people are drunk now. You gotta be to open 11 boxes of these, to watch somebody open 11 boxes of these. Move on, not as rookie. Move on had a couple rookies in 1990. Score. And he also had one in Bowman, and that was it for him. What do I think of Mike Lieberthal in the score box as a rookie card? That was definitely a pretty popular one back then. There's not too much value to it these days, though. The Griffeys, Bo Jackson. Definitely not a bad one, though. You can buy a Doug Drabeck Elite for $25 on eBay. I saw that on there. Jonathan H. actually sent me a link to that one, too. I don't know if I'd want a Drabeck Elite, though. I mean, I would take it, but I don't know if I'd want to pay $25 for it. I'd pay $25 for, I don't know, a better name, I would say. For an elite card from that year, Ryan Sandberg. But I feel like the 91 elites are like probably the most valuable out of all the 90s. It seems like so. I think that you basically pretty much have to pay $25 or more to get one of those cards, because it seems like the other ones in that set are freaking at least double, triple that. But yeah, if I was going to buy one and spend the money on it instead of pull out a pack, I'd rather it be a better name than Drabeck. Even though I liked him a lot as a kid, I just wouldn't, put that on my mantle as a centerpiece. Man of the Year, Sandberg, Nolan Ryan, No Hit Club. Dan Billardello, who we didn't like. Ken Hill, yeah, Drabeck would definitely be the cheapest one. If you buy a Drabeck Elite, send it to him to sign at least. I did that with Juan Gonzalez. That would be cool. Yeah, that would definitely be cool to have him sign that one. Send it over to him. Drabeck was always an upstanding dude, I feel like. He was a good pitcher too, but Eric was a big fan of him, much more so than I was. Sandberg, Dykstra, Christofferson, Bo Jackson. The more we open these, the more I'm going to think that's Chris Christofferson. That would be cool, at least. Drabeck's son, Kyle Drabeck, played for a little while. I remember him. I can't remember what team he played for or what teams, but I definitely remember him coming up. Craig Worthington, Henderson, Puckett, Sandberg, Tim Costo, and the same coalition as the last pack, Toronto, is who Kyle, what was it, Kyle Drabeck? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I was thinking of Kurt Abbott for some reason. I don't know why. Frankie says Chris Christopherson. I was supposed to see him in concert a year or so ago, but got sick. No kidding. Greg Swindell. That's a name we haven't talked about too much on this channel lately. We really haven't seen too much of him. Really have not seen too much of him. And he's not in this series, unfortunately. Strawberry. I always liked that card of Strawberry. It's pretty cool. Probably just because it's unique. Him in a tie. It was different for the time. $8 for that Lieberthal on eBay. I would definitely say that is not reasonable. You can probably get that on Sport Lots for 10 cents, I would say. somewhere around there. Shirtless Puckett, Barry Bonds, Joe Klink, and Carmelo Castillo. Kyle Draper went 8-15 across 7 seasons. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Ricky Clark says, ain't no 91 Lieberthal worth $8. Maybe Desert Shield would be the only one worth paying $8 for. And even then, I would say it's probably a little too much. I'd probably only pay $5 for it, for the common Desert Shield cards. But Griffey's, yeah, I would check out Sport Lots, some website like that. Buy it on there for probably a dime. Desert Shield for $3. Hey, there you go. Yeah, that wouldn't even come in to $8. Kyle Drabeck was terrible. All right, John A. No sign of any chippers in your box yet, but we've seen them come out, halfway through and whatnot. Shirtless Puckett, Drabeck, speaking of him, Dan Wilson, and Dave Anderson. Don't trust Greg Swindell and shifty eyes. Yeah, I never knew until, was it yesterday, that Stadium Club made, maybe a lot of you guys don't know it either. Stadium Club actually made a set called Stadium Club Chrome in the year 2000. I'm like, that's pretty interesting. I'd like to get a box of those maybe for a future break. John Fishman says, Greg Swindell doesn't sleep, he waits. I like that. Yeah, I bet you he's lurking somewhere waiting for us. I have all these freaking boxes sitting on the shelf over there. I can only imagine how many Greg Swindells are awaiting me in those coming up here. Or Joe Yankee sent me like freaking 10 of his 87 Topps rookie cards. Griffey, Dream Team card is a nice one. Clark, Aaron Holbert, Clemens, and Don Robinson. Nick Baker, we lost count a while ago, man. Brent's Card Breaks here says, hi, John. Good luck in the search. Brent, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's get your channel posted up on here. Brent's Card Breaks. I forget where you're at as far as subs go. I think you're just past over 100. Check out Brent's Card Breaks. We're posting a link to his channel now. He's actually doing an elite search, an ongoing elite search on his channel. You can check it out. Click on a link. Give him a sub. Try to get him up. Try to get him like 125. There's 109 people he's got. There's 160 people in here. Show him some love. He opens a lot of the old stuff too. Appreciate that, Brent. Glenn Sutko, Aaron Holbert, Clemens. I like that Clemens card though. That's cool. He's actually featured on the cover of the box too as well. On some of them. Nice and topless Kirby. Yeah, sure thing, Brent. No sign of chipper in this box for John A yet, but I don't doubt we will see him very, very soon, I'm going to say. I don't know if I've ever opened a box of these and not found a chipper, so got to be at least one in here. Paul also, my dad hates Clemens. I once gave him a fake Clemens card. Auto card for Christmas? That's great. 93 Stadium Club chipper. Those are worth more than most as rookies. I like 93 Stadium Club. Puckett, topless. No sign of chipper in this pack. Ernest Riles. Left Behind Times. What's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. Brent's Card Breaks says, I got 4 boxes of 91 Don Russ. Yeah, 91 Don Russ, the elites are the ones to go with. Those are pretty much the most valuable and nice ones to find. Griffey, Man of the Year, Sandberg. Do we find it? It looks like it's freaking Todd Ritchie. 4 boxes in, first time seeing that. Curtis Wilkerson. I think that was the first Todd Ritchie. And we still got several packs left here, so probably more Reds October cards await us. Sandy Alomar, Zeal, Gooden, Eric Davis, freaking Robbie Beckett, and Joe Oliver. Crazy how awful 91 Don Russ is, but how valuable the elites are. That's pretty wild, man. Lionel Richie's love child. Yeah, that is very true, Todd. His 91 top seems to be the most valuable of his rookies. Not really too hard of a pool. Melito Perez, 91 Topps Desert Shield. It sucks because I keep seeing that card get listed on, and I need that card for my set. I need a bunch of, the Desert Shield. I think I have like a third of the set completed in a binder, but people keep listing it on Mercari, and it's pissing me off because I don't know if it's real or not. So, and I saw one on there for like 250 listed the other day, and I'm like, is it real? Like, should I buy it? Because they sell for freaking $500 raw on eBay. And like, I don't know. I just don't trust buying something that expensive on eBay and having it be a freaking counterfeit. Because there's so many counterfeits that circulated out there. Joe's Card Corral says Gilkey has become so powerful. He's overflowing onto my channel, similar to Agent Smith getting into the real world. That is very, very true. The next thing we know, like, I'm gonna look to my right and Gilkey's gonna be sitting there. Maybe we should get him on the channel. What do you think? Joe's Card Corral, thank you, man. We need to do this 7th guest video sometime soon. We got 5 packs left. Yeah, Gilkey is gonna materialize and end up sitting next to me at some point. Maybe same with Sabo. Keep Gilkey here. He sucked for my Mets. Griffey, Brett, Mattingly, Sierra. It's a nice lineup. And no chipper in that pack. 4 left. We're going to see one in this whole box. Todd Ritchie, never trust anyone with 2 names. I've always said that too. Zane Smith, Clemens, freaking Ron Walden, and Dan Wilson. Come on, man. Tim Leary. Do I remember Todd Ritchie as a Pirates fan? I really don't, man. Did he play for the Buccos? That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. There is never any escape from Bernard Gilkey. Griffey Dream Team is a cool card, though. I love that one. Probably one of my favorites in this series. Unfortunately, the Canseco Dream Team shirtless card is in Series 1, I believe. So, Gilkey on one side, Sabo on the other, and Eric Plunk staring directly at you. That is a heinous thought. Eric Plunk staring directly at you. All right, 2 packs left. Gwen Eckersley. We found Chipper in the very last pack of the last box. Thomas, about time we saw that card. Move on. Cecil Fielder. Hal Morris. Scott Scudder above you. What an awful team and lineup surrounding me. Last pack, John A. What's this freaking, at least Chipper Jones or Mantle will be even better. Cross my fingers for Mantle. Dante Bichette. Haven't seen that one yet. Strawberry. Yount. Turner Ward. No Chipper Jones in that whole box. That is pretty crazy. No Mantle, no Chipper. We tried. Box number 4 in the books. Yeah, the people that don't get Chipper Jones, I'm going to try to send you a Chipper with your box, just so you at least get one, because I pulled 5 out of that one box that I opened recently, and I don't need 5 of them, so I will do my best to try to track those down in the abyss of my toy room. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I will definitely try to. Let me put these cards in this box and put them off to the side and get these organized real quick, so bear with me while these are loaded into this box. And we will move on to box number 5. And a time count, what do we have? 8 o'clock. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm thinking we'll still be going around 10:30. Maybe not. But I think it takes me longer to pack these into this box than it takes me to open the entire box. Or so it feels like it. I don't want to dig any corners, so carefully place those in there, and voila. Yeah, I will definitely see if I can find some chippers to put in the people's box that weren't so fortunate to get one. Let me get caught up here before my battery dies. We don't want my stream to crap out. If you see that happen, spinning wheel of death, stick around because my phone probably died, but I'm plugging it in now, so I had to unplug my mic. And we got Junk Wax Sal in here. Says, watching all these breaks inspired me to start a channel. Keep the great work. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Junk Wax Sal, you started a channel. Let's see if we can find it on here before we start the next box for Chris A. I don't know if he's in here or not, but Junk Wax Sal. Sucks we can't click on your the super chat. Oh, there you are. Sometimes if you don't have that many subscribers, then it's difficult to find your channel, but I just subbed to you, Junk Wax Sal, Sal S. Check him out and post a link to his channel right now. And welcome aboard onto YouTube, man. I'll definitely check out some of your videos later. And give him a sub. Check out that link. Appreciate that, Sal. Chris A., you are up. Let's see what we can find for you, man. What am I going to do with all the commons? That would be up to whoever bought into the break. I have so many. I posted a link on eBay. I'm surprised it didn't get more traction, but not on the topic of comics, and not to do a self-promotion here, but I posted a link for mystery packs on eBay to try to liquidate some of my collection. A lot of base cards. I plan on putting inserts in there. I plan on putting packs in certain ones, like PSA cards. I put them there for 20 bucks shipped on my eBay. It's not really a store, but page. So trying to scale back. I have a lot of 5,000 count boxes just full of cards. I mean, I only collect rookies and error cards these days, so like I don't really need anything else. It doesn't really fit into my collection, so I'm trying to scale back and make some room. But I put those on there if anyone's interested. 20 bucks shipped, and I'm gonna try to, I don't know, hook everybody up. Like between like 50 and 100 cards, somewhere in there, not including like a PSA slab card or a pack or whatever else might end up in there. But I plan on selling some of those and making some room. Esteban Loaiza is definitely doing hard time. Chris A., you are up. Let's find you some Mantle. Chris and Chris collecting cards. Another $5 super chat says, sending some luck for a fellow Chris. Very, very cool, you guys. From one Chris to the next, or from two Chris's to the next, I should say. Kurt Miller, Andy Van Slyke. Really appreciate that, you guys. I'm sure Chris A. does as well. Joe Oliver. Any of you guys that weren't in here the first round when Chris and Chris posted. Let me get a link up for your channel. You got 90 subs, so 3 people subbed you since the last time. Thank you guys for subbing Chris and Chris collecting cards. Check them out at that link. And the first pack is in the books for Chris A. Moving on to pack 2. Let's hope we have better luck than the last box where we didn't find one Chipper Jones. Maybe they'll be all through here. Ron Karkovice in running with Charlie Huff for World's Oldest Man. Or mammal, whatever you would call them, because I don't think they're human. Loaiza had one super good year. I was definitely stoked on Loaiza when he came around in like the mid-90s. I used to have his like rookie sensations card from like 94 Fleer. A-Rod was in that set. Man, I was pumped on that set. It was freaking awesome. The A-Rod skyrocketed. Will Clark. Frank Thomas. Always like seeing that one. Orlando Merced. Rex Hudler. The all-criminal team. That's what we were talking about before, where we were talking about Topps jailbreak, where we have all the guys that went on to do hard time, or any time at all in general, like Chad Curtis and Raul Mondesi and everybody else. And you have like you have their prison clothes relic patches. Dale Murphy and Clemens and Phil Bradley, and that pack out, Chris A. No sign of Mantle yet, guys, but mugshot on the back, that would be sweet. No sign of it yet. Sheffield. Shane Andrews, Nolan Ryan. So by now, a lot of you are probably getting sick of seeing the same cards, but definitely the chase for the Mantle keeps me energized. I'd like to do a slow reveal if we do find one, but it's going to be tough because of the white cards in the center. If we do pull it, it's going to be in the center of a pack. Left Behind Times is here and says, let's score some chippers and Mantles. Thank you, Left Behind Times. I appreciate that, man. Mantle will be in my box. Junk Wax Sal says. Fred McGriff, Doug Jones. There's a Sandberg Man of the Year. Nolan Ryan. No Hit Club. I'm trying to go a little faster here. A Mel Hall Shank relic. Oh, the Mel Hall poop stain card. Joe's Card Crew, I can tell you all about that. 91 Topps. For whatever reason, I had a Mel Hall 1986 Topps as a kid, and I like loved it so much. 1986 Topps, not a very great set, but for whatever reason, it resonates very well with me. I think it's nostalgic because I think those are like some of my oldest cards. The first couple of years I collected, I thought they were just like super old. Like these were from 1986. Like, wow. Frank Thomas, even though I started collecting on like 89 or whatever it was. Chipper Jones, there he is. Chris A. The luck is back on here. Very, very nice looking, sweaty Chipper Jones. Good to see him again. I don't even know what the count is up to. Craig's like, I can't believe I'm getting tired of seeing the Sandberg Man of the Year card. Yep, tonight's break will do that to you. Are we tied now? I have no idea. You guys would have to try to tally that up because I lost count a long time ago. Will Clark, Willie565, he's usually not in the live stream, but he watches the replays most of the time. There's a lot of Will Clarks in here, man. A lot of them. Chipper is 1 up. 11 Chippers, 10 Reds October cards. Randy Myers, Honeycutt, Gibson, and 11 to 11. The Reds October is tied, and Sabo celebrates it too. 795. One of the last cards of the set. Maybe even the last card of the set. I forget how many cards are in here total, but that sounds like it's probably the last, if not one of them. Tied up. Chet Lemon. Yeah, we can't seem to get ahead. Benny. Another one. 12 to 11. Chalk it up. Hot box for Reds October. Everyone's drinking. Ike Rodriguez. What's up, man? Sabo. Lots of Reds. There's that Man of the Year card for Craig that he is already sick of. What once was his favorite card is now his most hated ever. Brent's Card Break says, have you contacted Sabo to do a break? I have not yet, man. I was trying to kind of wait until everything with the current events dies down a little bit. So I hope to pretty soon, man. Maybe even before the end of the summer, I could try to go out there. I plan to be in Ohio next Friday. Griffey's, Nolan Ryan, K Club. Yeah, I hope to hit up Rogers, my favorite place to go. One of my favorite places to go. Always find cool stuff there. And maybe Triple Play Vintage, maybe even some other stuff. But I'd like to do some, maybe even do some flea market videos showing my perspective of things that I go after and stuff. Hopefully, I'd like to. Charlie Huff's stats were calculated with true words have never been spoken. Headlocks and hot packs. This great break, John. Been hunting Chipper myself. Anyways, check out the channel, folks. New vids every other day. Baseball, basketball, game streams, wrestling figs, and more. Today was an 88 score set. Headlocks and hot packs. Thank you very much, man. I know I'm not subbed to you, but I'm going to change that right now. Sounds like you do a lot of the same stuff I do on here. Headlocks and hot packs. Let me find this on here. There you are. 106 videos, 43 subs. And he wasn't kidding, man. He definitely has a nice variety on here. Let me post a link to your channel. Headlocks and hot packs. Check them out. Link is posted. Let's get them up to at least 50. They got 43. That should not be hard to do. We got 170 people in here just about. Lot of variation on here. Ghost in the Trap. Playing Ghostbusters Remastered. That's sick, man. I will have to check that out. I've not played the remastered Ghostbusters yet, but that's one of my favorite games. I love it. The one that came out for PS3. Love it. Yeah, I gotta get the remastered version. It's like super cheap now too. I was always pissed off too because for whatever reason my online multiplayer I could never get it to work. I don't know why. It just wouldn't work. I don't know if it had something to do with me buying the game used from like GameStop or what, but that's a freaking awesome game, man. Can't wait to check that one out. Appreciate you guys being here. Barry Larkin Dream Team card. Aaron Holbert. I'm getting really tired of seeing that card. Tim Leary. Chris A. 1 Chipper Jones and 5 Reds October cards. Or so it seems like. Headlocks and hot packs is a great game. Basically a third Ghostbusters movie we never got. Yeah, that's definitely what it is too, man. Bow Breaker. Freaking sweet. Like Armin was saying earlier, PSA 10 of this is $100 if you can find one. Probably pretty tough with that black border, but that's a freaking sweet card. So we've opened, what, 5 boxes now and found 2 of this card, so that shows you these are more difficult to pull. Yeah, Headlocks. I'm going to have to pick that remastered version up myself. I've had a hard time playing any video games at all lately. I don't know. I've Red Dead 2. I played that. When it first came out, I bought a PS4, played it, I got about 40% gameplay done. I had surgery on my ankle, so I really couldn't do much. But I played it about 40% of the way, and then I stopped playing. Well, then I forgot the entire storyline because I didn't pick it up again for like a year. So I'm like, all right, I'll start playing it again. I'll start all over again. So I go back at the beginning and start playing, and then I got to about like 35%, and then I stopped playing again. Now it's been about it's been about 4 months since I played it, so I'm already starting to forget the storyline again. It's like I gotta play that like really soon, try to keep this fresh in my head because that was like the entire reason why I bought a PS4 was for Red Dead 2. Like Red Dead 1 is like one of my favorite games ever. I used to play that game every freaking day. I loved it. Awesome. And I think the second one is just like overwhelming with how freaking detailed it is and everything else and how much stuff that there is going on. It's very overwhelming and just kind of turned me off to playing it, but hopefully I get back into it. Joseph has been playing on Seventh Guest. I've cheated on a few puzzles, I'll admit. I feel like you have to for some of that game, man. Like that game is super hard. Joker68 says, John eBay link mystery pack next post. Joker68, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Very, very nice of you, Kurt. Juan Gonzalez. Talk to Kurt quite often on Instagram. We actually just did a deal on there earlier today. I'll be shipping your cards out to you tomorrow. And still no sign of Mantle. Shane Andrews, Nolan Ryan. Tom Hankey doesn't look too dorky in that shot of him. One chipper in this box. Joseph did not cheat, and arguably the hardest puzzle in the game. The microscope puzzle is probably one of the hardest, man. And there we go. Red's October. Try Witcher 3 if you haven't played it. It's like Red Dead in a fantasy setting. You know, my buddy likes the Witcher games a lot. He definitely told me about that. I'll have to watch some gameplay of that and see what that's all about. It seems pretty cool. Tech Mobile. You can make Moonshine Red Dead 2. I don't think I've gotten that far yet. Fable. Yeah, my other buddy likes Fable too. And Fable, the only reason I ever tried to play that because I could never get into first-person games. I don't know why. I always like third-person. It really limits me to like how much I can play, like BioShock, Borderlands, all that stuff. Out the window because I don't really care for first-person games. I need to kind of go and give it another shot again. And I mean, like I said, it severely limits me from what I can buy. But I really want to go back and start playing NES games, start doing that, maybe do a weekly series or every other week series, and play a lot of older stuff. Because I feel like if I don't make it a series, I'm not going to make the time to do it. Barry Larkin, Gene Harris. There's Corey driving tonight. Thanks for being here. Good luck in the break. Well, thanks for listening in, man. I appreciate it. No Mark Grace yet. No sign of Mark Grace. And no sign of Mantle yet either. I'm trying to get caught up on all these comments. Appreciate you guys all being here, though, and sticking with me. Another Reds October. So Carmelo Martinez and Kirk Gibson, the precursors. He's really, really beating that chipper. Nolan Ryan, Terry Mulholland, Hal Morris. 14 Reds October cards. Jeez. I know that Fallout New Vegas, I had that game at one point before I sold it. And I know that one it was first person, but you could switch to third person. It was like really weird because your guy was all like gangly when it was in third person. It was creepy, but the concept of the game was pretty sick. The only thing I didn't like about it was how you couldn't carry an unlimited amount of things, which is the way it should be. Technically, it should be realistic like that. But I didn't know what to take with me, so I'd put something back, and then I ended up needing it. I'm like, oh, I already ditched that in the last town. So I don't know, that game didn't resonate too well with me. I didn't really give it a good chance, but people seem to love the Fallout games. Jerry Brown. Another Carmelo Martinez, Bo Jackson. Luckily, no Reds October in that pack. Joker68, that's all right, man. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let you, but it's just coming up blocked, I guess. Yeah, I appreciate it anyways, man. No worries. Yeah, I plan on trying to make a bunch of those over the next few weeks. Maybe even put free break spots in them. I haven't decided yet. Matt Williams, Strawberry, Bernard Gilkey comes to the rescue, but does not deliver a Mantle. And we have 8 packs left here in box number 6 for Chris. And we have 6 boxes left. We are almost at the halfway point, guys. Actually, we are at the halfway point right now, technically. Carmelo Martinez, you know what that means? That means Reds October. Number, 13 now. Rick Mason, at this rate, you might pull a 90 tops Frank Thomas on front out of one of the packs before you pull a Mantle. I feel like I have a better chance pulling the Mantle than no name on front. I don't know why. It's maybe my negativity just has completely overtaken me as far as 90 tops goes because I've opened so many of those. And it sucks because it bums me out every time I go on eBay. It's like, there's another 90 tops box. It's $43. It's $50. Like, it should not be that much money. It's crazy. It really should not be. There's probably so many of those boxes still out there. Yeah, like I said, Corey and I were doing the math on this, or trying to do the math on this at least. And I think it's like you might get a Mantle like one in every like 160 some cases. So there's 20 boxes per case. Chances are not that great, but that's why it's a $1,000 card. 2,500 of them, but you know, I am not giving up hope. Like I said, it's a bucket list gold mine to pull some of these rare legendary cards. Whether it's be from my own collection or not, I just want to be able to find one. RMM, I agree, man. When I started buying them to do the search, they were like $20 or less. So once they started skyrocketing, yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm opting out of that. Hopefully they'll go back down at some point. Joker68, appreciate that, man. The next 90 tops box could be the one. It very well could be, man. It definitely could be. If I see him for $30, I'll get him. That's like the most I'd be willing to pay. I think anything above that is too much for the return that you get. For the very slim chance you have of pulling that no name on front. Very, very slim. You know, you pay $50 and you get like one Frank Thomas and like one Sosa rookie. You got, you know, 1/30th of your value of the box back. Barry Bonds. But, yeah, I mean, the reason they're so expensive is because everyone's ripping them, buying them to rip to try to find that no name on the front. So, supply and demand, more people buying them, the prices goes up. Jim Gott did play for the Pirates for a few years. Mike Bilecki with a broken leg, it looks like. Legs like tweaked all weird. George Brett, 90 highlights. Shane Andrews, Nolan Ryan. Headlocks is Be Glad You're Not a Basketball Collector. Boxes that were $5 less than a year ago going for $30 is wild. I believe that, man. It's crazy. There's like, I don't know a lot about basketball. Those Chronicles have really freaking taken off. I went to 2 Walmarts today trying to find cards, and the only thing I could find is 2020 Donruss. I don't know why I like 2020 Donruss, but apparently no one else does. You can still pull some nice rookies and parallels out of there. But there was like 10 fat packs there that were just left behind. Maybe I'm in the minority. So 1 Chipper Jones. It looks like the very last pack, we're going to get him again. I see the C. I see the bat. Last pack, a lot. Chipper Jones rookie card shows up the second time for Chris A. And that is a good-looking one. Yeah, the centering on these left to right is like immaculate. Even top to bottom is good. Beautiful-looking Chipper Jones. Love that card. Don't ever get sick of seeing that one. He doesn't pop up enough for me to get sick of it. Not yet, at least. We put these in the box, and we'll put that one in the books. Yeah, I like the 2020 Donruss. I think it's a pretty cool set. And there's a lot of good rookie cards in there, too. Like the Robert and the Yordan Alvarez. And the parallels are pretty cool. Some of the last packs I opened, I pulled the Luis Robert, like the red holographic parallel or whatever they call it. Some crazy name like that. But, yeah, Optic is definitely more tough to find. Couldn't find any of that. I just want to find some freaking Topps Chrome, man. Like, it drives me nuts because I go on eBay and it's just like, there's guys on there selling Topps Chrome for $33. And it's like, dude, is it really worth your time to go and buy these and list them on eBay? Like, eBay takes 10% of your overall gross between shipping and whatever you sell your product for. They take 10%. PayPal takes 3.9%. Plus, you have an additional charge for like buy it now listings. So, it comes down to it. So, you know, $33. eBay automatically taking $3.30 of that transaction. So you're already down in the $20 and, you know, 29 something, and then $29.70, and then PayPal's fees. and then shipping on top of that. So like, what are you making? Like $2 off a box of Topps Chrome, man? Like, so you went out and bought all these boxes and raided the store, taking these out of the hands of collectors and kids, just so you can make like freaking $2 or $3 on one box. Like that's insane to me, man. I don't get it. It's freaking greed and gluttony, and I hate it. But I mean, some people say it's good for the hobby because people are buying them like crazy, and it's like the hobby has been revitalized because of flippers. But for people like me, just want to go out and rip some packs and find some rookies, like it sucks. Going from Walmart to Walmart trying to find them and just being bummed out. It's terrible. I have not seen one Chrome box yet. Still have not seen any. Gonna lead to Junk Wax 2.0? I think so, man. I was just talking to somebody else about that recently. Seems like it's heading there pretty quick. Yeah, it just like sucks all the fun out of it, man. Like, just so you can make $3 profit. This is what people got to deal with. John A has another box in here, and then Mark R is up next. Then Junk Wax Sal comes in number 8. Yeah, it really sucks. It's kind of annoying, but hopefully I can get my hands on some Topps Chrome. And I refuse to pay the freaking flipper prices because, like my brother says, same exact thing. If you buy off of them, they're gonna keep doing the same freaking thing. You're just fueling them to go out and buy the next product that comes out, archives, or whatever that is, update when that comes out. Like, they'll be out there waiting when the store opens to get that. And they know the schedule, too. So, you're like me. I just go randomly in an afternoon and, like, there's nothing there. It sucks. John A., let's find you something good in your second box, man. I didn't realize you had a second box, but maybe we'll find a bunch of chippers in this one. Junk Wax South, the problem is the store employees work with these guys. That's definitely true, too, man. People get connections on the inside. And, yeah, I don't know if they grease hands or what they do. JT, what's up, man? But they definitely are tipped off, I feel like, and they know, when the trucks come, everything else, and loot the place. And it sucks. It's pretty freaking annoying. Kickbacks, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't doubt it. All right. Box number 6. Where are we at here? Let me take a drink. A Mantle is coming out of this box, Nick Baker says. All right. I hope so, man. I hope so. Let's see. Let me get caught up here. We'll start ripping. 8:30. We are doing pretty good tonight. No sign of Mantle yet, but I don't know what the count is between Chipper and the Reds October cards. I started off, anybody new to the stream, I started off kind of slow so we could check out these cards and everything else and reflect on the better names pulled. But now, we're primarily looking for the Mantles. Otherwise, we'd be here all night if we took our time. Joker 68, yeah, that would be nice, man. I know Target is supposed to have like a 2-box limit, but like people are saying, if you got friends on the inside, then yeah, I mean, people aren't following that. Clemens, Robbie Beckett, Cole, Travis Fryman, Kirk McCaskill. CLG, it says if I can get some Topps Chrome tomorrow, I'll send you a message. Saw a lot today at 2 Walmarts. Yeah, sweet, man. Let me know. At this point, I know my buddy Andrew said he would try to find something to send me too, but I told him not to worry about it. At this point, I'm getting kind of freaking desperate. I just want to open it. I've seen people open it on their channels, but I haven't got a chance to enjoy it myself yet. I haven't got a chance to put my big, dirty, smudgy fingerprints all over the Topps Chrome cards. So until I do, I'm not satisfied. Corey says Zevia. Yeah, I got my Zevia right here, man. You can't live without it. Yeah, definitely need that. You got 2 mega boxes and left 2 there. That's sweet, man. I saw 2 mega boxes of Prism at Target like a week or 2 ago, and I freaking left them there. I should have bought them. But I didn't really want them that much whenever I saw them. I wasn't going to buy them just to keep. There's a Desert Storm card. Yeah, there was really nothing too much that I wanted out of there. Todd R, it definitely is. I love Zevia, man. It is amazing. I bought it on Amazon now. You can get a case of it for like $20. Free shipping to your house. You can't beat it. Toys R Us still exists. Toys R Us exists in New Jersey. They have a brick and mortar store and a mall. Is it Paramus, I believe? New Jersey. Griffey Rifleman. Yeah, and I thought about going out there and making a video about it. I'm sure you could probably go on YouTube and like, I don't know. There's probably people that have done videos on it already, but it'd be cool to go out there and visit Toys R Us. Not the same as it used to be, but David the Dead says Yoo-Hoo is where it's at, man. See, I like Yoo-Hoo, but I used to drink Yoo-Hoo a lot. Too much high fructose corn syrup in there for me, so I try to avoid that. And Zevia has no sugar, and I think it tastes exactly like, I don't know, Diet Pepsi, but there's no sugar, no additives. I drink caffeine free because I used to get headaches, so the doctor's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't drink caffeine, but I think that like if you do have headaches, caffeine helps with that. I don't know. I don't really have many more at all though. Pretty cool. Yeah, Canada, Toys R Us still thrives in Canada from what I hear. Pretty awesome. Robert Rathman, what's happening, man? Dawson, Will Clark, Randy Reddy, Dale Murphy, yes, indeed, Dale Murphy. And Zevia definitely does not bloat you either. I don't like all the flavors. I primarily stick to root beer, and I like the Dr. Pepper kind too. It's pretty good. Caffeine free is my favorite though. Obsessed Collector says flippers are like locusts. They destroy everything in their path and move on to the next thing. That is true. Joker says John needs to go to Canada for the day visit. Toys R Us store to do around Christmas time. That would be sweet, man. I would love that. Brent's car break says, how about them Dodgers? I just think of Joe Kelly. Ken Griffey Jr. Joe Kelly is my favorite, man. He's awesome. What a freaking maniac. I was watching that. I was talking to Corey about it. I was watching that John Boy segment of him throwing at Correa and like him mouthing the words and stuff. It's so hilarious. Yeah, well, if I would have hit a homer, I'd be running home right now. I was like, what? It's so crazy. Yeah, the narration on that was hysterical. Pirates are awful, man. Awful. Absolutely awful. Jolt Cola, of course I remember Jolt. I remember Joska. I remember Jolt. Surge came back out. Yeah, Joe Kelly and then the Trevor Bauer cleats with the free Joe Kelly cleats that he got threatened if he wore them. And we know it's coming up now. Reds October. Corey says, shout out to Laura Legends. John Allrood, Strawberry. Ben McDonald. I don't think we've seen any of his cards tonight at all. Pirates will be lucky to win 20 games. That's what we've been saying. Yeah, I don't even know if they're going to win 20 games, honestly. Orbit soda was disgusting. I feel like I kind of remember that. Is it the same company that makes the freaking gum, Orbits? I don't know if it's the same company or not. So no sign of Mantle yet, but if we see him, he's going to throw us off guard big time. Sandberg, Tim Costo, Fred Lynn, Laureano hates the Astros more. Yep, Josta, was it Joska or Josta? I think it was Josta, actually. Leave us alone, Tim Costo. You're not welcome. Yeah, Orbits had a little balls floating, and I do remember that now. I don't know if I ever had it, though, but I definitely remember seeing it, and I don't think I was a big fan of that, but Slush Puppies. Oh, yeah. Or like Ices from Hills. If you guys lived on the East Coast, I think Hills was primarily on the East Coast. So I think they went as far as like Michigan, maybe. Oh, yeah, the snack bar. Like the whole store just smelled like freaking pretzel, like, warm pretzels and freaking Ices. So amazing. Freaking 5 or 6 aisles of toys, nothing but toys and action figures. William Marcus says, remember Pepsi Clear, Crystal Clear Pepsi. I used to love it, man. They've re-released that. I think it's just called Crystal Pepsi. I swear when I was a kid, it was called Crystal Clear Pepsi. I think it's another Mandela effect. But they re-released that in 2016. I still have a few bottles. I bought like 4 or 5 bottles and just saved it because just for, nostalgia reasons or whatever. But also, if you find an unopened bottle of Crystal Pepsi from the 90s, you can put that on eBay and get like $200 or $300 for it. Somebody will pay you for an expired bottle of Crystal Pepsi. People love that stuff. I don't know, like even Ecto Cooler. There was an eBay listing recently of like a 3-pack of Ecto Cooler from the early 90s that sold. I don't know what it sold for, but it was around $300 the last time I looked. Dirk Remington, you didn't miss much, man. Just Mike Bilecki's busted leg Freaking weird. Reminds me of that alien in the movie The Arrival. You guys remember that movie? The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. It's from like the 90s. I used to like it a bunch. I haven't watched it in a while, but the aliens that would shapeshift into humans and then back. The legs would like bend and snap all crazy. Zima had a limited release a few years ago. I remember when that came back out again. Oh yeah. FUD, I remember that. Snow cones and tearjerkers after baseball for me. That's sweet, man. Weird movie, The Arrival. It definitely was. Doug Jones and the Fireball. Ozzie Smith. Bernard Gilkey. Most famously known for his cameo in Men in Black, or Men in Black 2. Put Jolly Ranchers in the Zima. Can't say I ever tried that. Chris Bolton says, candy cigarettes. I still see those sometimes. I used to like those too. Pocket Shirtless. And I don't think we've seen any of... No Chipper Jones in this box either, huh? But we still have a lot to rip through. Box 6. We are moving right along here. Brent Nackert, Ron Walden, getting really tired of seeing him. Frank DePino, Ken Hill, John Barfield, and Louis Polonia. Zima is awful. For the first time I drank Zima, I stayed over at some dude's house, and I was like, I don't remember how old I was, like 17 or 18 or something like that. I was like, this kind of tastes like a sour version of Sprite. I really don't like it. I feel like it gave me like a stomach ache. It's kind of nasty. I don't think I ever drank it again after that. When I was a kid, I was real obsessed with Red Dog. If you guys remember that beer, Red Dog, I don't even know why I liked it so much. I think I just thought the logo was cool. I think I was like 10 years old and like, I was always real stoked on Red Dog. I was like, can't wait till I'm 21. I'm going to get myself a Red Dog, and then come freaking, 11 years later or whatever it was, it didn't even exist anymore. I'm like, oh, it sucks. Robert Rathman says it's like the apocalypse out here. Hey, you must be in California, man. I saw pictures of the freaking wildfires out there. It's nuts. Every single year. Ice House. I never had Ice House. I think they still make that, don't they? Xena reminds me of the Mad TV skit. Oh, man, Rusty. Mad TV was awesome. I used to love that. There was Rusty, Kenny Rogers skit with Will Sasso. Will Sasso was hysterical. He was definitely underrated, I feel like. Tony Pena, that pretty bummed up corner on that. I wonder how that happened. Tomlin, Bernard Gilkey. No Reds October, at least, though. Yeah, Will Sasso was hilarious. Rusty was hysterical. Red Dog had awesome cans. So even no matter how cold you got, it still tasted warm. Goldschlager. I still like Goldschlager. I think they still make it. I haven't had it in a long time, though. The Gold Flakes. It's good. Very cinnamony. I think everyone just started drinking Fireball instead and just forgot about Goldschlager. Who's doing Mad TV? Did all the impressions? Mike somebody? I can't remember. Joe might know. PBR. Yeah, I saw PBR sells 99 packs now. Freaking, what's the point of that? Freaking crazy. Cal Ripken turned 60 on Monday. Steve Monteveros. I don't remember seeing that card all tonight. Frank Thomas. Griffey Sr. Chipper Jones. Nice. Good pack. Thomas and Chipper both. John A., we finally found you a freaking Chipper Jones, man. Sorry it took so long. Hopefully we see 5 more in this box and maybe even a Mantle. Michael McDonald did Rusty. That's who it was. That's a good-looking card. I like that one a lot, of course, as I've already said 10 times, but I won't say it till I'm blue in the face. I love it. Robert R. says, live near Gourmet. Okay. Hopefully Gourmet's doing all right with his new endeavor. Haven't heard from him in a while. Sean A. says, finally. I know, right? Finally. You got it. Hopefully there's another one in here for you. And now Mantle. I hope so, man. Larkin, Yount, Alomar. Matt Williams, always before Robbie Beckett, Dwayne Ward. Nice chipper, though. I'm glad we finally found you one, man. I would have been really bummed out if we went through 2 boxes and didn't find him and found him in every single one. Still Reserve. Yeah, Still Reserve is pretty nasty. Walt Terrell, Eric Hansen, Bo Jackson, Girardi Moss, Joe Albert. Big League Chew. What Was that Family Guy skit where they refer to Big League Chew? I can't remember what it was, but it was. I used to crack up big team at it, big time at it. It's left my brain for the time being, but Family Guy has so many classic skits and episodes that are memorable. Freaking love that show. I haven't watched it in so many years though, but I remember watching the very first episode. Scott Scudder. I remember when they premiered it, the very first episode, and was like hooked on it. Like, this show rules. And then I started like recording it on VHS, on the VCR, and I think the first episode, the pilot episode, was originally an hour. Peter says, "You know what I haven't had in a while? Big League Chew." That's what it is. Good call, Headlocks. You were awesome, man. Way to know what I'm talking about, man. That was pretty random. There's Bo Jackson, Bow Breaker. Another nice one for you, a pretty obscure, rare one. And I don't know, the centering on this one looks pretty nice. Freaking Bow Breaker, love it. You only see one of those in like pretty much every 3 boxes, it seems like. Big League Chew. Yeah, it's like the most random thing ever. Like, Peter just goes off. I forget what exactly is happening in that episode, but obviously makes it all the more funny. Colt 45. Or drinking a 40 of that before, maybe a couple 40s of it. Yeah, they still sell Big League Chew. Miller Genuine Draft in my drink for a long time. Can't find that anymore around here most places. I haven't had that in a long time either. Strawberry Gilkey are always together, it seems like. Gene Harris. I don't know if I've ever had more than the original flavor of Big League Chew. Remember Bubble Tape? I think they still make that. Bubble Tape, I used to like Bubble Tape a lot. They still do make it. It's just hard to find. And Chiclets. Anybody remember Chiclets? I used to love those too. I remember when I was a little kid, I was probably 3 years old, maybe even 2. And I want to say I was in Giant Eagle, if any of you guys are familiar with Giant Eagle stores. And I stole a pack of Chiclets. Like, my mom like had me in the cart, or like, I don't know, I was like resting on her shoulder. I think I reached over and took a pack of Chiclets. And my mom found out like, when I got in the car, and she was pissed at me. But she went back in and paid for them. But yeah, I was like 2 or 3. Stole a pack of Chiclets. Luckily, I straightened myself out after that, and I didn't ever end up doing any hard time. So, for the most part. John Clemson says, "Chew the Rapper." Doc Gooden. There's the Man of the Year, Sandberg. Benito Santiago. Scott Scudder again. Travis Fryman. Gatorade gum. That's a thing of the past, man. Definitely remember that. I used to love Bonkers. I forgot all about that. Fruit by the Foot. They still sell that. String thing. So much good. Chipper Jones. Nice. 2, John A. About time you had some luck there. Freaking Chipper Jones. Another nice one. I feel like the condition basically looks the same on every single card, like as far as centering goes and everything else, and as far as how sweaty he is. It's like they just took a spray bottle and just like shot him in the face a bunch of times. Absolutely miserable. Bernard Gilkey. Love it. 2 Chippers. Frankie Turner says, "You guys are giving me diabetes." Yeah, there is nothing but sugar talking here. From booze to candy. John A says, "Woohoo." The Simpsons gum was in a toothpaste tube. Yeah, they definitely made that for real Ghostbusters for a lot of different ones. John Clifton says, "You were supposed to chew the wrapper as zebra striped gum." I remember that. Fruit striped gum. They still sell it. The flavor lasted for probably like, I don't know, 10 seconds if you're lucky. I always thought that was like exclusive to Toys R Us, but I guess they sell it anywhere. Like, you can go on Amazon and get probably a big freaking pack of fruit striped gum. But you had to eat like 10 pieces at once to actually get any kind of flavor out of it. And the flavor would last for 10 seconds. And then it would just like literally just be a big pulp in your mouth. It was disgusting. So we got 5 packs left. Yeah, fruit striped gum. I remember I used to like that as a kid too. But yeah, you'd have to put like 10 plus pieces in your mouth at once. And yeah, they definitely still sell it. There's a lot of candy that like they brought back recently, or they still sell. What was the one I was looking up recently? Bar None. I used to, back in the 80s, early 90s, I used to love a candy bar called Bar None. I think my dad used to buy them, but I like forgot all about it. What is that? Scott Ruskin. The only card in freaking 6 boxes that's flipped upside down is an autograph or something. Scott, what's up with this score? Shilling Scott Ruskin. Like, maybe he randomly autographed Chipper Jones. Sweet. 3 chippers in 1 box. Nice. About time the luck has turned in your favor, John. That is awesome. 15 is a count for Chipper Jones. Yeah, bar none was awesome. Then I went on Amazon and like I started looking up on eBay. And I'm like, oh sweet, there's bar none shirts. Like I want a bar none shirt. I didn't obviously buy one, but I thought about it long and hard. Then went on Amazon. I'm like, oh, I could buy a case of bar nuns. It was like $40. I'm like, who wants to spend $40 at once on candy bars? Like that kind of sucks. I ran into that similar problem the other day where I really wanted Three Musketeers. I love Three Musketeers, and like I can't freaking find them anywhere. Like I cannot find them anywhere. Giant Eagle, Walmart, nothing. And so I went on Amazon, of course. Griffey White Rifleman, and yeah, it's like they have a box on there, like 36 or 40 of them. They're like $40. Like who wants to spend $40 at once on freaking candy bars? That kind of sucks. Who wants to do that? Payday. I haven't had a payday in a long time. Take Five. Take Five is good. $100,000 bar, another good one too. Crazy conversations from booze to candy bars. I love it. Lieberthal, Clemens, Dunkaroos are at Aldi's. That's sweet. I don't think I ever had Dunkaroos as a kid. It's definitely like a hot 90s snack that kids used to love. Back when in the 90s, I used to eat Dan and Sprinklins all the time, or Dan and Sprinkles. It was like a yogurt that you put sprinkles into. I used to freaking love it. My mom used to buy it all the time. It was like a pink yogurt. That was my Dunkaroos, I guess, in the 90s. But I definitely want to track those down and try them out because I don't think that I ever did. Chris Karts, I've been on a payday kick. Paydays are good, man. Shark Bites, man, those are freaking rare. Even to find an empty box of Shark Bites on eBay is virtually impossible, and you will pay a ton of money for an empty box. It's crazy. Definitely remember bottle caps. Last pack, we found 3 chippers for John. So that's pretty good, man. Seems like he's been popping up in the last pack, too. We'll see if we have the same luck here. Bobby Witt. Let's see a Mantle. Maybe we will see one in this pack. Ripken, whose birthday is coming up here soon. 60th birthday, somebody said. Allroot and Strawberry. No Mantle in box number 6. But we did find 3 chippers, so that is obviously nice. Not too shabby. Let me put these back in the box. I should probably do this while I do rip the packs open, but oh well. Put them back in the box, keep them organized, and then I go through, put them in team bags. Yada, yada, yada. It'll probably take me several days to get these all shipped out. But maybe if you get a Mantle, I'll overnight it to you. And don't forget, BITG Breaks is still giving away a $100 credit for his shop if we pull that Mantle. So, and Dirty D said he'd punch himself in the face. I don't know if that offer still stands or not, but these are the things that were talked about earlier in the stream for anybody that's just joining us now. All right. We're about to move on to box 7 here. I'm almost done putting these away, so hang with me here for a second. And we will get started again and see what we can find. Got them locked and loaded. So 3 chippers for John A. And we go on to Mark R, number 7. Did I ever try disc golf? I have not. There's a guy I work with that's real into it, though. Looks pretty cool. I know Joe's Card Corral has played it before. He's talked about it before. Joe used to play lots of disc golf. I think Eric played with you out in Ohio. Oh, yeah. The wax soda bottles. I remember those. A company called Haribo makes those. They still make them. They're like cola. I don't know why, but I got on a kick of like eating those like I don't know, probably 10 years ago. Probably got a bunch of cavities from it. Mark R, I wish you the best, man. Let's hope you have some good luck in this box. I know you had some nice luck in the first one, but no Mantle yet. And we are on box number 7. And Mark R is still in here. Beat my Billy Baru, John. Judge Smales. Mark, thank you, man. I'm glad that you are still awake and with us. Let's see if we can pull you some fire here, man. All right, 36 more packs to go in this box. Let's see what we got from Mark. Let's find a Mantle. We're due. We are definitely due. Donovan Osborne. I still am not getting sick of seeing that Griffey, though. That's a cool card. Randy Reddy. Wonder how many 10s are out there for that one. Fun Dip. Yeah, I remember Fun Dip from the 90s. The powdered fruit that came in the plastic fruit jugs. I don't know if I can remember that or not. There's so many good ones. Fun Dip was the bomb, Joe says. Schilling. I thought we were going to see a Reds October there for a second. Kipper. Herm Winningham. Favorite McDonald's toy from Happy Meals. You know what? I used to love the Transformers that they had in the 80s. Like the French fry carton and like the burger and everything that would like, they had like arms and stuff that would flip out and everything else or spin around and open up. Those ones were pretty epic and iconic. Love those. I still actually have a real Ghostbusters Happy Meal drive-through marquee. I have it framed. It's hanging in my toy room right now. I don't know how rare that is, but I can't imagine there being that many of them out there. I actually got lucky and found them on Facebook Marketplace for $50. Some guy in another state had it and sent it to me. Very, very excited about that find because tough to track down that old McDonald's Happy Meal stuff from the 80s, especially things like that, like the promotional stuff or displays. Ripping for Ripkins, are you pulled over yet, man? Paul says, me and my mom once tossed a crap ton of Happy Meal toys. My sister was beyond livid the next morning. We threw out the damn Polly Pockets. Oh, man, the Polly Pockets. Those were probably such crap, too. Like, the Mighty Max Happy Meal toys were complete trash. Like, I don't even know how you'd have fun playing them. They were so awful. Like, there was literally nothing to them. They were so tiny, and I don't know. As a kid, I don't know how you could have fun doing that. Nolan Ryan, I definitely liked Mighty Max when it came out in, 93, I believe, 94. Mighty Max made its debut, and I liked it a decent amount. I was always more an action figure fan, though. Loved action figures. I love play sets, stuff like that, the Bat Cave, all that cool stuff. Guess I must have had a pretty good imagination, but Mighty Max stuff, I just didn't think it was that cool. I thought the concept of it was cool. You could take it with you, but by that time I was like 10 years old or whatever. I just wasn't really too into it. I would always play a game with myself. I would go out in the backyard with a tennis ball, and I would take it and like throw it off the side of the house. I would have like a whole lineup of players that I would go through that were hitting, and I was like the infielder or outfielder, whatever I was at the time. So I doubled as a pitcher and also the infielder, outfielder, throwing the ball off the side of the house over and over and over again and making like diving catches and everything else. It was like the funnest thing ever. The Griffies. I definitely missed doing that. I'm sure my parents probably loved it, just throwing it off the side of the house over and over again, but that was great. Jeff says, wish I still had my metal Transformers. Yeah, they're definitely, the G1s are definitely pretty valuable. I have a box of them. I'm actually probably going to sell mine pretty soon just because I don't really collect loose figures. Pixie Sticks. Pixie Sticks are still around. Mark R, no sign of any Chipper yet or Mantle. And Desert Storm card, that's cool. Micro Machines, yes, Corey. Did anybody else know they brought back Micro Machines? I used to love those as a kid as well. Well, they are back. I went to Walmart yesterday, and I was freaking stoked, man. There's all kinds of cool toys being released. Let me pull my phone out. I want to show you guys. I took a few pictures, but let's see here. Yeah, check it out. So they were released. The Battle Cat from Motu. Look at that. Look at the packaging. So freaking awesome. The Battle Cat and also Prince Adam Sky Sled. So freaking awesome, man. So there's that. And then we also have, look at this. This is really cool. The WWE Grayskull ring. Masters of the Universe Grayskull ring. How freaking sweet is that? Same texture as Castle Grayskull. Like, it's so cool. I think it was like $20. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. And they also had Micro Machines playsets there. And I almost wanted to buy them, but I was like, I was at Walmart. I'm like, whoa, when did that stuff come out? When did they start making Micro Machines again and playsets and stuff and re-releasing that? But yeah, the gray skull ring, $20. You know, the battle cat I think was like 15. Like pretty freaking awesome. So if you're a collector, I think those will definitely be valuable at some point too. Something like that, especially these exclusive ones, they definitely tend to go up in value over the over the next couple of years. I think that gray skull ring will probably be worth double or triple what they're selling for. Yeah, the He-Man toys were at Walmart. I saw those yesterday. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty good deal for the gray skull ring. $20. Randy Myers big head. I don't know if we've seen that one yet. Doug O'Shea's Stompers were great. You can't even find them at flea markets. Little four-wheel drive trucks that took a single AA battery. I don't know if I remember those. I mean, it sounds familiar. Let's see a picture of them though. Stompers. Doug Jones Fireball Bonds. I wonder if there's any cards that we haven't seen yet out of all these boxes. There's Clemens. Headlocks that I got in the old WWF Hasbro is pretty bad. That can be a pretty expensive addiction for those old Hasbros. Same with the LJNs. I have a couple of those still in my parents' attic. If you're buying carded ones, pretty pricey. Eric Davis. And it seems like all that stuff from the 80s and 90s is surging. It's just freaking surging right now. I've noticed that. Like toys that I bought, 2-3 years ago are now triple what they were. A lot of people bidding on them and stuff. It's crazy. So, and it's like that with, it seems like it's like that with almost every toy line. You know what Carmelo Martinez means? That means the next card is going to be Reds October. And it is. That Mariano Duncan and Chris Sabo. Mariano Duncan doing a handstand and Chris Sabo gloating. Chase and the Wheeled Warrior toys were so underrated. You know what? That was before my time, but I definitely have seen the intro and I've seen episodes. Eric, my brother, loved Chase and the Wheeled Warriors. He had all the toys. He actually we came across Wheeled Warriors book at Rogers, Ohio, like a hardback book. And he bought it. It was like $1, but I think he bought it for his son. Yeah, you'll have to, his next live stream, whenever ask him about it, I'm sure he'll talk about it. I think that came on in 1982. I was born in 84, so it was probably still on the air whenever I was born, but I didn't actually start really liking cartoons and like getting invested in them until probably 86 when the Real Ghostbusters came on, September of 86. And I got sucked into that, Bionic 6, and I definitely liked He-Man as a kid as well. Jehovah Witness, thanks, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, Wheeled Warriors were definitely Eric's thing. Thought I saw something different in here for a second. Dino Riders, definitely. I've never seen a Mantle pulled. Joe Beasties, were you a Batman the Animated Series kid? Man, I was. I love that show. That's one of my favorite shows ever. And I still think it holds up to this day. That show premiered in 1992. Along with Gargoyles. Gargoyles is another show that I was super into. I still love both of them. I don't really ever go back and watch them as much as I want to. Every once in a while I'll get a chance to go back and watch certain episodes that I like. But yeah, those shows are freaking awesome. Love them. X-Men, definitely another good one. And that was on Saturday morning lineup. I think it always came on at like 11:30. It like kind of ended the morning cartoon lineup for a pretty long time there. Frank Thomas, second year card in that pack. Kevin Moss. Thundercats. Ike's Gargoyles was badass. It definitely was, man. It was a pretty dark show. Batman the Animated Series, the show was pretty dark too for being a kid's show. I remember Headbangers Ball. Joe Beasties, your love for King Arthur, Knights of Justice, maybe subscribe to your channel. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. And I definitely was a huge King Arthur, Knights of Justice fan. I just like kind of redid my shelf yesterday and was stacking that stuff up. It's a shame that they don't make action figure or vehicle cases for things. Because I have this shelf that's like kind of over there in my closet out of sight that has like a bunch of different vehicles like Food Fighters, King Arthur. I have a Batmobile over there. There's some RGB stuff, Cops. I wish they made like, I don't know, different size universal acrylic cases or something like that. You can send them in and graded by the AFA, but it's going to cost you like 60 some bucks to do it. And it's like $60 for a piece of plastic just to put this vehicle in. I don't know. It seems a little overkill to me. Eric Christofferson. So I've been trying to put them in like poly bags. I'll cut them up and tape them together, but it looks so janky and ghetto. Yeah, so many good shows back then. So many that they're just, you can just sit there and talk about them forever. Alomar, leapfrog card. Paul L., did you win most ghetto in high school? I didn't win most ghetto. I did win best skater though. That was pretty interesting. It was like me and like some girl that people voted for that like didn't even freaking skate. Like what? It's funny. It's in the yearbook too. It's like a picture of me standing there all pissed off. All pissed off with like freaking holes all through my jeans and stuff. George Brett, Shane Andrews. Remember Posers? Of course. Scott Scudder, of course, remember Posers. I remember in 5th grade, I got a pair of Airwalks. I didn't skate in 5th grade, but I didn't start that till like the end of 8th grade. But yeah, I got a pair of Airwalks and thought I was real cool, I think, because that was like the thing. You weren't like the cool kids at Airwalks. So I got a pair of those, and like I remember people like weren't very nice to me when I got those. Like, why does he have those? He don't deserve to have those. Like, he ain't cool. Like, what? They're freaking shoes. I think I actually got in a fight with somebody over it. I think I remember like punching some kid in the stomach in the class and like getting in trouble because he probably talked shit on my Airwalks. There's a Frank Thomas, and I think Chipper Jones is coming up in here. Mark R. I think he is. Shane Andrews. What are you doing? I mean, the freaking cards look identical with the damn bat pose there. Yeah. Airwalks were, yeah, that was 5th grade, so I was like, what? I don't know. How old were you in 5th grade? Like freaking 10, I think. I think I was 10 in 5th grade. Yeah, so I was like 1994. Oh, BK, British Knights, the BK Diamond Cells. I remember those. Chubby said, I wore Etnies. The Sal's had the embroidered 23 on them because he was the Michael Jordan of skateboarders. That's freaking awesome, man. I bet you if you still had those, would definitely command a pretty high price tag. The Sal Barbier, or Barbier, however you pronounce his name. I definitely know who he is, though. My favorite skateboarder has always been, and probably always will be, well, right now it's John Dixon, but Andrew Reynolds will forever take that. I've met him twice. Pocket Griffey, George Brett, Bonilla, Steve Carsey, Tony Hawk. Yeah, that's fun. I actually got a text from Tony Hawk the other day. It's so funny. Like on Tony Hawk's Instagram, it's like a thing that says "text me." It was so funny because like somebody that I follow on Instagram, one of my friends, like posted this like meme. It was like a screenshot of a text chat, and it said like it was from Tony Hawk, and then this dude just like, "Hey, what's up, Tony?" And like his response is like, "Scrape Bard." He like tries to write skateboard. It's like SKROTEBRDL. It's like what? And like in Tony Hawk's bio, it says like, "Oh, it's actually me. Like definitely text me." I'm like, I'm gonna text him and see what response I get. And it was like some generic automatic message, and it tells you to like go to some website and like register. It seemed like a huge freaking scam. But there's that Sandberg, Clark, and Holbert again. Yeah, I texted him, and then I just was like, all right, I'm not doing that, dude. I just wanted to see what he said. And it's like, put your name in there, put your address in there. It just seemed like a freaking scam, like a scam to like steal your identity. So like, okay, Tony, I'm not falling into your trap. So I just didn't do anything, and then 2 days later, yesterday, I got a text from Tony Hawk. Just came on my phone, Tony Hawk. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be good. And it was like, hey, I see you still didn't sign up for my page or whatever, or my text alerts. Like, you know, make sure you do that so you can start talking to me directly. And like, get out of here, Tony. Some like freaking guy in Abu Dhabi sitting there trying to steal your information. It was pretty crazy. So one Chipper Jones in this box for Mark, but I think we got 2 out of the last one, didn't we? You got to remember Jenko Jeans. They made a comeback. There's a guy on Instagram that's absolutely hysterical. His name's Robbie Blumpkin. I've turned all my friends on to Robbie Blumpkin. If you have Instagram, he is he's awesome, but he's basically bringing back Jenko's. It's all a parody, but he's got so many ridiculous videos of him vaping and repping Jenko's. Like there's let me see here. Let me see if I can find this. I want to show this to you guys. It's pretty hilarious. We got plenty of time to kill, so. But Robbie Blumpkin, he's got like almost 60,000 followers. But check this out. There's the Jenkos. Look at it. Pushing Mongo. Vaping. Look at those Jenkos. Robbie Blumpkin. Wearing a 311 shirt. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Robbie Blumpkin, check him out. He's great. But he's got all these videos of him like rollerblading around wearing Jenkos and just doing like ridiculous stuff, wearing 311 shirts. And it is too good. Robbie Blumpkin. What? WTF Blumpkin is my hero. Oh, he's so good, man. He's awesome. There's yeah, you gotta follow him. His posts are hysterical. Old Robbie Blumpkin, but yeah, there's like one of there's one where he goes to meet his buddies and it's like, oh dude, I forgot the boards, man. And he turns around and starts walking away. He's like, just kidding. And there's like 2 skateboards shoved in his back pockets. Freaking Jenkos. Oh, it's so good. It's epic. Sandy Elmore. A lot of the same names. And as Mark R says, John C. B. B. the ball. Thank you. Mark R., I appreciate that, man. Your box is not over yet. We still have a pretty decent amount left to find this freaking mantle, man. Dwayne Ward. JT says, there's a God Plum can prove such things. Headlocks, oh yeah, I'm definitely aware. Definitely aware. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but yeah, he's pretty epic. He is the hero that the world needs. I haven't watched Caddyshack in forever. They're actually re-releasing the Tony Hawk remastered for PS4. I don't know if it came out yet or not, but I used to like that game a lot as a kid. I'd like to get the John Littlefield Air taught. I passed on that. The Honey Hole actually had the Littlefield Air for, it was like $60. I don't know, it's probably like a year plus ago. And I was like, yeah, $60 seems kind of steep for that card. So I feel like that's like, I feel like it sells for less than that on eBay, but I wish I would have bought it because now if you can even find it, I feel like it's easily $100. So I should have picked it up back then. Tough thing with the Littlefield is that they made reprints of that card and they're identical. Same with Dale Murphy and all these other prominent era cards. The Johnny Ray 87 Don Russ opening day. There's reprints of all those freaking cards now, and very difficult to tell, I guess, unless you have them side by side. Maybe the card stock might give away. Joker 68 says, John, does your hand get tired from opening all those packs later on? Not really. It's not too bad. If I was like rushing through them quicker, then it might be a little more difficult. Willie McGee. And we got 5 packs left. This Robbie dude is obsessed with 311 element. Yeah, it's all a parody. Yeah, he's not really like that. He's literally just making fun of that. That was like, that kind of sums up like the mid 90s. Everyone was like obsessed with 311, wearing like Jenkos, wearing like chain wallets. Oh, it's so good. Headlocks, that's hilarious. We got 4 packs left and a gigantic pile of wrappers next to me. I should have been a little more prepared and had like a garbage bag, but oh well. Yeah, definitely sub to him, Paul. I figured that you would like him. He's awesome, man. There's so many. There's one of him riding or rolling around on rollerblades wearing like some ridiculous, like what looks like it's like a washing machine cover that he's wearing. And he's like rolling around vaping. Like, I don't know, down some city downtown California somewhere. And yeah, people were just giving him such dirty looks. It's so good. Yeah, he's great. Nolan Ryan. He might wear it, no doubt. Joe B, I definitely remember that. I used to have a hat. That's actually, if you come across that, I'm not going to say it, But if you come across that stuff, it's pretty hard to get your hands on. It's pretty rare. Oh, they were selling that stuff on eBay like years ago for a lot of money. It was all like limited edition releases. Mark R says, "Come on, Big John, pull that mantle." Jeez, what happened to this one? That's weird. Like a crease, like a cut almost. So we are down to our final 2 packs here, and no mantle in that one. I remember No Fear, of course. JT. Last pack, Mark R. Let's hope we can find you a mantle in here. Come on. Big money, big money, big money. Money, no whammy, stop. Let's see here. Robin Yount, Henderson. Oh, Edgar Diaz, Jesse Orozco. No mantle in box 7. But we did find, I don't know, what we find, 2 chippers in that box, I guess. Still, at least there's some upside to it. Not in a topless Kirby in that box. But the Chipper Jones are nice, regardless, to have those. Let me put these all away, and we will get down to the next box. Junk Wax Sal says, I got to get a lower box next time. You're up next, man. You're box number 8. So we have finally got to you. Mark R., sorry we didn't pull you a mantle, man. I'm not getting up the search, though. If I see these, if I can continuously find these for $10 a box, I will buy them, and we will keep this search up. I'm sure nobody wants to hear that. After we're already, I don't even know, how long into the stream are we? 9:16 right now, so we're not doing bad. We've only been live for, I don't know, what, 2.5 hours? That's not too bad for 7 boxes, I guess. Well, at least it wasn't a topless Scott Scudder. Craig B says he'll be in next time. I don't want to give up. If I can find him for a good price for any of these boxes, I will rip them until we pull these desired cards. Until we do, I don't believe they exist. Might be a figment of our imagination until I can actually pull with my own fingers. So number 7 is in the books. That takes us on to number 8. Found the washing machine video. Yeah, he's like creeping outside that laundromat. Oh, it's so good. Junk Wax Sal is up next. Topless Steve Balboni. He would be a nice treat. Used to buy fake bootleg Massimo t-shirts. Oh, man. I wonder if Massimo's even still around. I remember that was like pretty big. Rusty, Massimo, Insane the Membrane, Cypress Hill. Remember that song came out? Or in Gangsta's Paradise came out, and I was like real stoked on it, and I bought the single. Stussy, hell yeah, for sure. All like the supposed skater brands, even though they really weren't. Walmart sells Massimo. Oh man, Target does too. That's crazy. Surprised Robbie Blumkin hasn't picked that up yet. Freaking Massimo. All right, Junk Wax Sal. We are finally gotten to your spot. Joe's Car Cross says, you always made fun of me for wearing Massimo and skate shoes. Did I really? That's crazy. I don't doubt it though, man. All those brands with the rich kid poser skatewear. Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you're skating back in the mid-90s, you're probably wearing like Birdhouse shirts. Birdhouse and probably, I think everyone back then wore like independent shirts, and then eventually that caught on and everyone wore them. I was always repping America back then though. Still do to this day. Only shoes that I will ever ride. Joe says you got fun of the turnaround and made fun of me. NCJ says, what's the odds in the auto mantle? Got to be like 1 per case or 10 cases. It's like 1 in like 100 some cases, man. I think if we did the math right. Vision Skatewear was definitely big, and then yeah, Gator until he killed his girlfriend. He's still in jail for that. Obviously, he's gonna be in jail for probably, I don't know if he got life in prison or if he's eligible for parole or what. But I definitely remember Vision. But I originally started back in, what was it, 1992. And our buddy, our neighborhood friend Mark, more so Eric's friend than mine, but he had a couple of Nash boards that he sold to me and Eric, I think for like $5 a piece. So I had a Nash Nightmare on Elm Street deck. I still have it. It's my parents' attic. It's sick. So I got that, and I learned how to ollie when I was like 8 years old, and do some other like I don't know kind of dumb things, pivoting and things like that on flat. And I just never stuck with it. If I would have saw a video or something like that, I feel like I would have got so much more into it. But I definitely learned how to ollie. I was probably only ollieing like freaking like that high off the ground. But to me, it felt cool. And then I stopped for like 6 years and picked up again and got sucked back into it and never stopped to this day. So it's been like 20 years, 21 years, something like that. Slobby's World. I've watched Slobby's World. That show's pretty ridiculous. Third pack in, Fred McGriff. Man of the Year card, Ron Walden. That first box was pretty awesome. Like freaking, we saw a bunch of Chipper Jones like right off the bat. I was Amish for a year after Gangsta's Paradise. Silly. That's hilarious. Spud McKenzie. RS is one of my friends had a Mullen board in the 80s, which is so weird. Freestyle wasn't too popular. Yeah, those older decks now are worth a lot of money. Like I still have every single board that I ever rode. I mean, the majority of them are broken or snapped in half, or I just put my foot through them out of pure frustration at one point in my life. But I think there's about 200 that I have, close to 200. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I just kept all that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff's worth some money. Like the old CCS catalogs, like people sell those. CCS, if you remember those from like the early 2000s, mid 90s, like people will sell one CCS catalog now for like $40. It's crazy. I think I still have like, I don't know, I probably have like 60 or 70 of those. I'm a hoarder. I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better at that. Joker says, did you ever watch Double Dare? I definitely did. We used to love it. There's an episode they were skating and they were getting slime pulled on. I never saw that one. That's pretty awesome. Frankie says I have some CCS stickers still that are unused. That's pretty awesome. I've definitely seen Rad. I definitely have. It's been a while. That and Gleaming the Cube. Christian Slater. Supposedly, rumor has it Christian Slater was like supposed to be better than Tony Hawk, and then he decided to cool it as far as that went and focus more on acting. Same thing with Jason Lee. Jason Lee was huge back in the early 90s when Blind Video Days came out and stuff, and he was set to be big too, and then ended up leaving to focus on acting. And he got back into it, then he bought Stereo, the company Stereo, and I think he's still the owner. Pretty sure, him and Chris Paskris. So, no sign of Chipper Jones yet in this box. And Joe's Card Corral again says, that would be a funny segment for us to do. You getting back into skating and me trying to skate. I'm 39, though, and kind of afraid of getting hurt. That would be awesome, man. I definitely want to make some skate-related videos. Like, there's one I think that, like, would be pretty hilarious, like, to make a suit out of baseball cards and go out and, like, skate in it. And just, like, film people's reactions and stuff. I think that'd be pretty fun. So maybe someday, I've been saying that for a long time, and maybe someday I'll actually do that. Joe's Card Corral, thank you, man. There's a link to your channel. I appreciate that, dude. Please check out Joe's Card Corral. And we also have Mark R. again. It says, most fun break ever. I got 4 Chipper rookies. You truly had the most fun breaks. Thank you, John. Mark R., thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate the kind words and appreciate you hanging out with us the entire time. I don't know if you have a channel or not, Mark. If you do, let me know. I'll post a link to it. Clark Holbert. Yeah, this has definitely been a fun time. I like to BS with all you guys, and I feel like a lot of times on live streams, like Turn Back the Clock Tuesday and stuff, we don't really talk about, I don't know, too much random stuff like we are right now, just because everyone's focused on their hits and stuff. It's not so much like where we're after one card and we're opening 11 boxes of the same cards over and over again. Mariano Duncan. I feel like we have not seen that card at all tonight. Interesting. I was actually saying that earlier. Is there any cards we haven't seen, or are there any cards we haven't seen yet? Sheffield. Early on in his career, Junk Wax Sal. If you still have a pulse after all this time, I hope we can find you a Mantle. Todd says, did I get caught in the Tickle Me Elmo toy craze? I did not, man. Luckily, I was too old for that. I think Tickle Me Elmo was like, was it 98 or was it 96? Somewhere in there. I remember being in middle school whenever those came out and was like annoyed by them. And annoyed by how everyone Was obsessed with it. Sal is still here. Okay. 96, 97. Yeah, it was somewhere in that range. I remember I was in middle school when those came out. Edwards says, question, 91 tops was Desert Shield in boxes if you get lucky. Desert Shield, they made boxes of those, but they are only given out to members of the military and shipped overseas. So you couldn't buy a Desert Shield set. You had to put them together yourself. And supposedly they only made, I think, was it 3,000 or 4,000 of each card. So compared to 4 million of each one of these, or regular 91 tops, yeah, there was only like 4,000 or less of each one of those. Which is why they were so highly sought after, one reason why, but they've really picked up steam again lately as of the last few years, and people are going after them. But there's a ton of counterfeits out there, so you got to be very careful on buying those cards. Joel Skinner, Donovan Osborne, Griffey Rifleman, Bob Walk, and Andy McGaffigan. Oh, yeah, people were buying the hell out of Tickle Me Elmos and flipping them, for sure. JT says, my uncle has 10 boxes of Desert Shield cards, retired Navy. Well, if he wants to sell one, let me know, man, because I really want to put this set together. Joe Beast, I remember being a kid and watching grown women fighting over Cabbage Patch Ace Kids at Ace Hardware around Christmas 85. That is awesome. That's an awesome memory. I don't know if I have any memories of people fighting over toys. I know people were fighting over 92 Bowman when those came out. They were, pretty pissed about that, and they were hard to keep in stock. You know what that means. We haven't seen one in a while. It's time to indulge. Reds October. Yep, chalk it up. I don't know where we're at there, but there's the Nolan Ryan no-hit club. And number 18. We still have 3 boxes left, so we're moving right along pretty quick. Jimmy Jones, I want to thank you, and I appreciate the nearly 140 people that are still with us in this never-ending search for Mantle. It's going to be a pretty epic party, and there's going to be confetti that comes down from the sky and everything else if we pull this Mantle. I'm not prepared for that, but I will make it happen. If we find a Mantle, I will do something. I'll cut up paper and sprinkle it everywhere. You know what that means? It's time again for another Reds October. Those are very abundant in this box for whatever reason. So number 19, they're the Man Show. It is time for a topless Kirby Puckett. Was that a short print or something like that? JT, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, I guess that's if everybody actually likes the video. Maybe some people are just pissed off and are watching out of sheer frustration. Like, is this guy going to give up or what? Like, this is terrible. Well, Edward, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Your likes go a long way, and your dislikes also go some ways as well. Reds October again, without the precursors. Number 20, Bernard Gilkey, let's celebrate. I appreciate that, JT. Criterion Racer says, you know you were single, or you know why you were single when you have a matted, rad movie poster in your living room. That is sick, man. Lee, thank you very much. That is freaking awesome, man. You should email me a picture of that. There he is, shirtless Puckett. The dream team has come true. That is pretty awesome, man. I don't know how many rad posters are probably out there, but yeah, you should send me a picture of that if you can. That'd be sick. Bones Brigade? Oh, yeah. H Street Bones Brigade. Mike Brumley is a name I don't really recognize from seeing in this break yet. No sign, there's Bo Jackson. No sign of Chipper yet in this box, though. But we did find a shirtless Puckett, and we still have a decent amount left. Rad soundtrack was insane, no doubt about it. Tots, there's a super short print shirtless Cecil Fielder. And Sal said I bought 9 Fairfield boxes the other night from Rite Aid online. $4 each. Said screw it. Well, hopefully you find some nice stuff, man. You never know with those. I kind of gave up hope in Fairfield boxes because I bought like 25 of them over the course of like a month or something like that, and I just did not find anything, so I stopped. But that was before I was buying newer cards, so back when I refused to conform and buy new packs, I was sitting there buying Fairfields, and then I got sucked into that rabbit hole. Puckett packs. What's Beckett price to the chipper? You caught me off guard there. I'm going to go ahead and say $6. $6. It's either 4 or 6. But if we're talking about Beckett prices, I was surprised because I did buy a new Beckett. I like to go back and look through there sometimes. So I bought a monthly one just to check out newer cards. I still enjoy, flipping through those, reading the articles and stuff like that. So I bought one like a month ago. And Chipper Jones 91 tops has increased. It says $12 in the Beckett now. But Beckett prices never really get updated. Only very randomly will they go through and actually update older cards and whatnot if people get in the Hall of Fame and stuff. But yeah, I was surprised the 91 tops Chipper was at $12. The A-Rod 94 SP has gone up. I think it's like $50 has gone up. And Piazza's 92 Bowman was going up. Strawberry 83 tops traded was going up. Yeah, it was interesting. But I mean, most people go by eBay sold listings, which don't reflect eBay prices really at all. You see a freaking card in Beckett, it's like $50 that they have listed in there, and you go on eBay and it's like $3. So, but I definitely noticed that dealers, you go to a card show, pretty much all dealers that I've seen at least, they all go by Beckett prices. Pretty much every single one of them. I mean, and it's dumb not to. And I've said that before because if you're looking, if you're selling cards and that's your primary source of income, like, why, why would you list stuff for the eBay prices? Because you're not going to get nearly as much money doing that. Let me plug my mic back in here. Maybe it'll be a little bit better. I think there's too much of an echo when I don't have it plugged in. Freaking crap phone. All right. Let's see. Chunk Wax style is still up. And we still got a decent amount of packs left to find a Chipper and even a Mantle. Daunts, a week ago, I opened 2 boxes of this product and found a signed Mantle, card 4 of 7. That's insane if you found one of those. Will Clark, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime pull, man. Who knows how many are still left out there, but we don't know. He only signed 2,500 of them, and 4 million of each one of these cards were produced, so there could be 500 plus still left in packs out there. Who knows? Hey, Scott A, what's up, buddy? Let's see here. Hoping for a Chipper, but even more so hoping for a Mantle. So it goes to show you how hard it even is to pull a Mantle, just a regular insert card. I got lucky out of that one box that I opened and pulled one, a Triple Crown one. I'm going to be swimming in freaking pack wrappers tonight. Benny, Puckett, Griffey. But at least there's some nice names to look at. Mike Perry's proverbial needle in a haystack. It definitely is. Box number 8. We got 3 more left after this. Roger McDowell looks like a wild pitch here. Looks like Joe Kelly. Nolan Ryan, Mulholland, and Tony Fosses. Junk Wax Sal. Let's find you something. I know we found you the Puckett already, but I'm being greedy here. The Griffies. Cool card of them. Fred Lynn. And we have, what? We still have a decent amount left. Thomas. Sometimes he leads way to Chipper Jones. Yeah, the Griffies, that was definitely priced high too. Usually I see Ken Griffey Sr., and his cards are absolutely crazy. Daddy Daughter Card Break. Sorry, I missed it coming in here. Said, what's up, John? Hope all is well, good sir. Daddy Daughter, appreciate you being here, man. Thank you very much for that. Good to see you. We are on box number 8 right now, and we've got 3 more left. Joseph C's in here says, rumor is there are Jose Lean autos in 88 Don Ross. Joseph C, good to see you, man. Wasn't sure if you were still around or just lurking in the background or what, but how crazy would that be, man? I guess we have to open cases of 88 Don Russ now. Maybe that was your intention. Wink, wink. Scott Scudder. I definitely have, I think I have a cello box. I've said that before, but I definitely have a cello box of freaking 88 Don Russ. Daddy Daughters, this set definitely takes me back. Yeah, it definitely does, man. I used to definitely buy a lot of these back in 91. I don't even know if I knew you could find a Mantle back then in here. Bernard Gilkey, the trivia cards that Probably used to throw at Eric. Headlocks and hot packs. I got to roll. Thanks for the banter, boys. Until next video, John. It is very, very nice to see you, Headlocks. I look forward to catching up on your channel later on. Thank you for hanging out with us. Paul says, John, I'll start buying the hell out of 88 Don Russ. I don't know if I will ever buy the hell out of 88 Don Russ. I don't think I have it in me. I don't know if I could bring myself to doing that. Now, if there were insert cards, maybe it'd be a possibility, but I don't know how many Roberto Alomar rookie cards I could look at. No offense to Joseph C. I can't tell if he actually likes that set or if he's just messing with me. I don't know if I'll ever find that out. 88 Don Russ is pretty awful. But I'm not a big fan of it myself. I used to like it when I was a kid, but I think I just opened way too much of it over the years. Even back like in the 90s, boxes of those were $5. And they're still $5. Hey, Volman, what's happening? Yeah, Alomar and Glavin do save it. If they weren't in there, it would be absolutely awful. Chris Sabo, we've definitely seen a few of those. Hopefully we'll see him in real life here even sooner. Matt Williams, Roddy Beckett. Still no freaking sign of Chipper Jones, and we have, what, 3 packs left? It comes today. What's happening, man? Good to see you. We are in box number 8. Jay Buhner from 88. Yeah, Buhner's in there. David Wells' rookie card in there. My beloved Jose Lean. Matt Williams is also in there. Ken Caminetti is in there. And there's definitely some decent rookies. I never really particularly cared for the design. I like the rated rookie cards, and of course, Jose Lean rated rookie was probably my favorite card at one point. But I don't know, at some point, I was straight off the path and started not liking 88 Don Russ. And I think the rest of the world was behind me on that. Mark Grace, yeah, I mean, the list definitely goes on. There are some decent ones in there. I like 88 Fleer better, though. That's probably my favorite 88 set. There's not a whole lot of good ones to pick from. 88 scores, pretty bland. 88 tops. Ugh. Frank Thomas. Chipper Jones, about freaking time. Second to last pack, Sal. I think this is like the 20th time we pulled this card in these boxes so far, but very, very nice. Still like seeing that card. Even 16, Todd R says. So Todd R is counting. So Reds October is 20, at least 20, and Chipper is now 16. 88 Tops does have the best card of all time, though. The Al Padrique rookie card is what he's referring to. Al Padrique also has a rated rookie in 88 Don Russ. Sabo, there he is. Someone was asking about him. Last pack Magic. There it is. Puckett, shirtless card the second time. And, of course, that means, wow, no Reds October. Tom Pagnozzi kind of screwed us out of there. But the last pack, Chipper Jones again, freaking sick. That is like the 5th time I think that's happened, maybe even more than that. Chipper Jones ends up being in the last pack, so we end up pulling you 2. Very, very awesome. 17 on the count for Chipper Jones rookie cards in tonight's break. Very nice. And like I said, they're always, I feel like every one of these is like centered up really nice. Nice edges, nice corners. And that takes us to the last 3 boxes of tonight. Let me do my thing here and put these away. And then I will join you again in a few seconds. Put these in here. So Sal, that actually ended up being a pretty decent box. No Mantle yet, though. But I'm still hopeful. We got 3 boxes left. I'd at least like to find, if we're not going to find the auto, like at least find one of the insert cards. You'd think 11 boxes you'd find one of those, but I don't know. Maybe the odds of pulling one of those is pretty tough. Portal says they have Topps cards at Dollar Tree now. I heard somebody else saying that too. I called like 10 Dollar Trees about a week ago or so, asking if they had baseball cards, and they all told me no. I've seen Don Russ in there, and that is all I've ever seen. But if they have Topps, like Series 2, that's pretty sick. Those usually get rated pretty quick, though. I feel like Dollar Tree gets 1 box in, and then once they're sold out, they don't ever get them in again. Not till the next product comes out. 2019 Topps Series 1 at Dollar Tree. Oh, good old 2019 Series 1. Yeah, there's some decent rookies in there, but it's not really my cup of tea. I think I would probably pass on 2019 Series 1. You got McNeil in there and Kopech. I forget who else is in Series 1. Those two guys are definitely in it, though. I don't know if Laureano's in there or not. He might be. That takes us to number 9, Joshua D. Kyle Tucker. Yeah, Tucker is the other one. Joshua D. Box number 9. Let's get down to it. The final 3 of the evening. And 17 Chipper Jones pulled, 20 Reds October cards. Living in a utopia of Reds October. Bueller is in 2018. Yeah, he's in Series 1 2018. 2018's got some decent ones. You got Devers in there and Robles. All right, Joe says we're getting there. Yes, we are. We are steamrolling ahead. Ozzie Albies is in 2018 too. Austin Meadows actually made the update set. Eric used to hate on 2018 Series 1. Now he loves it. That's funny. 69 topless Curry Puckets. All right. Got them all pulled out. Joshua D., you were up. I know. I thought I saw him in here a little bit ago. Let me put these off to the side. Let us continue the glory that is 91 score Series 2. And let me plug my freaking phone back in before it goes ahead and dies on me. All right. Good luck to you, Josh. Let's find you a Mantle auto. Jack Flaherty's in there too. Hershiser, Boggs, Biggio, Justice, and Desert Storm card in the first pack. Hopefully that'll bring us some luck in the next 35 packs and the other 2 boxes as well. Find us a Mantle, guys. It's time. Will Clark, Ripken, Bobby Bowe. She still have his autograph on a ball. Forget who else signed that ball, but I still have it at my parents' house. I think it's got R.J. Reynolds on it. Who else? Bobby Bowe, his signature was pretty cool. He signed it. Probably Gary Reedus. Alvin Davis. Comstock. Orlando Merced. Glenn Sutko. And moving right along. No sign of Chipper yet. Bonds. Another Desert Storm card. Nick Baker says a Mantle will be found. I hope so. Volman says, what do you do with all these cards? These are actually part of a break, so I sold each box. Kelly bought a few different ones, but I think we had 2 participants that bought 2 boxes, and the rest were all just, they went to 1 person each. Yeah, I bought them for $10. I sold them for $10. I just really want to pull this Mantle. Whether it's in my collection or going into someone else's collection, I just want the thrill of chase is what really drives me to continue doing this. Kurt Miller, and a lot of times it leads to letdown, especially when you're opening this older junk wax stuff. You can be let down a lot of the time. 99.9% of the time will be let down, but it's still fun to go back through and see all these old cards and BS. Kurt Miller is a letdown. Yeah, he definitely was. Roberto Alomar, Puckett, Griffey. I like that card of him, though. It's nice. Scott Aldred and Bob Kipper. Portal says, I always want to find a signed Nolan from Upper Deck. Wonder how many were ever actually found. It's hard information to find. Yeah, it's really virtually impossible to figure out how many were pulled. Now, there's no way to find out if they were all submitted to, grading companies. Then it would be able to be tracked down. Mattingly, same thing with the Frank Thomas no name on front. Like, no one knows how many of those actually were put into packs. Maybe like 50. Maybe even less than that. I think there's only a handful of those registered on like PSA database. I'm surprised these boxes aren't $1,000 each. Yeah, they may go up in price over time. Who knows? Or Hershiser, Larkin, Clemens, Carsey, Jose Uribe. Joe's card crowd. Oh, that's funny. Let's see if Brittany comes in here. She was texting me. PSA is about there's 170 cards on and no name on front. That's insane. SGC 50. I wouldn't think that there's even like 50 of those cards in existence. Puckett shirtless. Todd Zeal, Bonds, Chris Christopherson, and Willie McGee. And we were firing right along. 2.5 boxes left. Paul L says Brittany loves 91 score, I can tell. Maybe we'll see her here soon. Give her a nice warm welcome if you see her. Bonds and Paul Mirabella. That's pretty crazy, man. I did not think that there'd be that many out there, Jeff. Over 200 on SGC and PSA alone. I always thought there were like 50 to 100. Desert Storm card. Joshua D. Still haven't found you a chipper yet. Probably waiting for us in the last pack like usual. Travis Fryman. Remember we were going after his card in 1990. Carmelo Martinez, Kirk Gibson. They're really throwing us off in these last few boxes. There's Scott Scudder, of course, though. They're really throwing us off. No Reds October card following that one up. Volman says, I bet they printed so many so quickly before they realized the name was not there. That very well could be true. Comstock. Tino. Tim Leary. Let's hope for a Mantle. Like I said, I at least would like to see one of those. Just one of the insert cards. Bryn Smith. Nelson Santavina. I don't think we've seen that card in freaking 9 boxes tonight until now. George Brett. Larkin. Shane Andrews. Nolan Ryan. And Edgar Diaz. What happened to Phil Plantier? Yeah, Phil Plantier was all the craze back in 91. His rookie card is actually in this set, Series 1. Eric and I went to a card shop in Hermitage, PA, a while back. I think I went there first and then I convinced him he needed to check it out. But it's called the Baseball Card Shop. And very interesting time portal. Walk in there and there's like, most of the place was covered in dust, but there was like Phil Plantier rookie cards in the showcase for like $5, and just like cards of this era that were still marked, like probably what Beckett's like had them priced at in 1991. It's pretty crazy, but that's definitely an awesome place worth visiting. I want to go back there again real bad. The Baseball Card Shop. Pat Listash was all the craze in 92. CLG says, yeah, I've been there. That's awesome. Yeah, Eric made a video about it. And it's pretty interesting. Like, there's like an alarm that goes off when you walk within like 2 feet of the door constantly. But cool shop, though. They have a bunch of packs in there, older packs, a ton of boxes and stuff. And, yeah, it's funny because, yeah, there's a bunch of like old rookies that would have been good. Like Todd Zeal, rookie cards probably in the showcase for like $5. It's pretty interesting. Disgusting curtain leading back to the back room. Oh, yeah, man. Stains all over it and stuff. Very interesting. Volman said, did the store owner appear and disappear with no warning? You could definitely say that. I actually wrote a review on Google talking about how the guy was a ghost, because I am still convinced that he is a ghost. Very interesting time portal of a store. $10 Kevin Moss. Yeah, definitely. I feel like that was definitely in there. Sal says, I have a signed Plantier I mailed to him. Nice. I wonder what Phil Plantier is doing these days. I was definitely pumped on him back then. I don't think I ever pulled one of his rookies, though. Chris Sabo. Carmelo Martinez, and there it is, our beloved Reds October card. And no Chipper Jones in that pack. Was it 21? Jerome Walton was a huge one. I was real stoked on him. NCJ says, I know 40 cases that went out on a pre-order. I don't know about anything else other than that for sure. There's these bags being stubborn. Joe Oliver. Tomlin. Bobby Bowe, Big Head, and Joe Oliver. There he is again. Yeah, he's selling Todd Zeal for $5. Yeah, Joe, you would love this place. You would definitely get a kick out of it. We should go there sometime. I think it's like right on the outskirts border of Ohio. But if you're off work next Friday, Joe, maybe we can go hit Rogers up. Doug Jones, Dave Justice, Rookie of the Year, Lieberthal, Griffey, Rifleman, and Rene Gonzalez. Mike Parrish says, I invested in Kevin Moss as a teen thinking he was the next breakout star. Definitely a mistake. I think a lot of people did, though. I definitely think. I need to go to this place now. We'll go back and it won't be there. Yeah, I know, honestly. It's called the Baseball Card Shop. You have to watch Eric's video about it. I'll have to try to send you a link. He made a video about it, I think, last summer. Pretty interesting. He's like sifting through like penny sleeves in a singles box, and all the sleeves are like deteriorating on the floor. It's pretty crazy. Voltman only appears on a full moon. Yeah, Joe, you would definitely be intrigued by it. We'll have to check it out sometime. Yount, Griffey, Dream Team, Clemens, and Rick Cerrone. All right. Do we find a chipper in this box? I don't think we did. I lost track again. Drebeck, Bonds, Jeff Conine, rookie card, Shao, and McGee. Keep the hobby alive. What's happening, man? Thank you for joining us. We are in box number 9. We got 2 more after this, and we are finally be done for the night. This is my first long break in a long time, probably in like a year. I don't necessarily miss doing long breaks, but it is fun talking to you guys, especially if we're just opening up the same boxes over and over again. Scott Scudder, 10-box mixer was the last one. Yeah, that was probably a year ago. There was like Pacific boxes in there. I think there's Pacific in there, I'm pretty sure. And then there was like 20-box mixer before that. That was like 6 hours. Before that, that was the longest stream that I had Eric beat. I think it was like almost 6 hours. And he beat me like a week later or something like that. Barry Larkin. Lemke, Frank Thomas, freaking Todd Ritchie. Jose Uribe. Move this back just a tad. I feel like he keeps bouncing off the table. That's better. All right. Joe's Car Girl says, I'm off next Friday, but I'll be going to Toledo and Michigan. Oh, man. I was going to say, yeah, I'm off all next week. Eric T. No Mantles yet. We found about 20 Chipper Jones rookies. We still got another 2 boxes left, so the search is still alive. I haven't even found an insert yet. And we still have a dozen packs left in this box. Benny Santiago, Bo Jackson, and Gary Ward. They rejected your purchase at Dollar Tree? That's pretty crazy. CLG says, I got Todd Ritchie's auto on a ball once. Not sure why. Zane Smith, Steve Chitrin, and Dale Murphy seems to always be in the same pack as Zane Smith for whatever reason. Bruce Looker says, I want to see the Mantle. I do too, man. I think everybody in here wants to see the Mantle. I hope that we do find one. Sabo, Henderson, Griffey's. If we see one, it's going to come out of a complete surprise. Yeah, oh yeah, we hated Zane Smith. I couldn't tell you why, but Eric used to draw hideous pictures of him. Him and Terry Pendleton. They definitely got Eric's wrath back then. Terry Pendleton was hideous looking. Shane Andrews, Nolan Ryan, Joe Oliver. I'm sure Joe's card crew remembers some of Eric's all draw cards with Zane Smith. I think Eric would deliberately like leave his nose off of the card. They said there was something bad in there. Probably bat down Acuna every pack. Boggs, Dream Team card. Ripken, Buddy Bo, Lickist. Bruce Looker's his first time in the chat. Let's see it. Well, I hope I can pull it, man. It's an extremely rare card. We got 4 packs left. Melvin Mora. Yeah, I didn't like him either. That's an extremely difficult card to pull, this Mickey Mantle. I'm hoping we can find it, though. That's why I got as many boxes as I did to make the chance a little bit better. Ben McDonald and Greg Jeffries. How many of them are accounted for? I don't know. I'm not sure, man. There are no odds listed online anywhere. If you do the math, I don't know. I don't think anyone can figure it out. Maybe you could sit down with a calculator and do it. There's 2,500 of those printed. There's 4 million of each one of these printed, so take that information and go from there. Bow Breaker is a nice one, though. RM said earlier these in PSA 10 sell for $100 for the Bow Breaker card. I love that card, though. You don't see it very often. It's about one every 3 or 4 boxes, it seems like. Very, very nice bow breaker there. Joshua D. And we still haven't found any Chipper Jones in this box. 2 packs left. But I think the last box, he came out in the second to last pack, and even also in the last pack. So there still is a chance here. Seems like he hides in the bottom of the boxes. There he is! We are just saying that. Chipper Jones finally pulled you a rookie card, Joshua. Finally, yeah, it's that Junk Wax Coalition takes us to the same place in every single pack, basically. Very nice Chipper Jones rookie card, and glad to finally pull you one of those. I think that is, we've gotten one, at least one in every box now. Nick Baker, Zane Smith's first autograph. Brave for you. That's pretty wild. All right. I think we found him in the last 2 packs of the last box we did, so he might be in here too, but I'm not going to get greedy. Eric Christopherson stole the show on that one, but at least we found one chipper in that box. Joshua D. That one is in the books for you. We put these back in here, take a drink, and we will continue our never-ending quest for the freaking mantle. Not losing hope yet. We got 2 boxes left. We have Lewis M., who I don't believe is in here. I haven't seen him. And Chris A. also has another box in his last box. If he's still, I don't know if he's in here or not, but is the Zevia still cold? I don't even think it is, but Adam V says, I have the Mantle Auto out of 2,500 that exists. Good luck. Keep searching. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Congrats on owning that card. It's awesome. Yeah, I definitely believe it exists, but I want to pull it with my own hands and see it with my own eyes in person, and I don't know what I'll do. Probably scream like a little girl, but I think every one of us would have like the same reaction if we pulled that card. It'd be pretty freaking amazing. So I'm going to finish packing these up, take a little swig here, and we will continue into box number 10. And what time do we have here? 10 o'clock, a few minutes to 10. Be out of here by 11. Joshua D. in the books. Paul says 25 total Mantle autos or 25 of each of the 7 inserts. 25 total. 25 total. All right. Lewis M., you were up next. Adam B says, what are the odds of you hitting a Mantle auto or Frank Thomas no-name in the next year? I don't know, man. I would like to give you some odds, but the odds are very harshly against me in that search and in this one as well. So it's just, it's going to happen someday at random. Like, I really thought that we pulled the Mantle auto, or not the Mantle auto, the Frank Thomas no-name on front out of that jumbo pack, the last jam pack box. I think if I pull that card, it's going to be randomly out of something like that. I'm not really expecting it. I really thought that that was it. That would have been crazy. Lewis M's up, and the misery is dying down. Let's pull all these out. We'll get to ripping. Let's see if we can't find ourselves a Mantle in here. Nick Baker's calling it. Says 2 chippers and 1 Mantle in this box. I really hope that you were right. All right, Lewis M., who I don't think is with us, but he's usually frequently in the live streams and stuff. Let's get down to it. Ike says, I know I'd wet myself if I pulled it. I probably will. Probably need a bathroom break if I do that. Getting down to it. Joe Klink, give us some luck here. Boggs. Matt Williams, Robbie Beckett. Not to be confused with Robbie Blumpkin, who we talked about earlier. Sorry to anyone that missed that conversation because you were missing out big time. Only 6 more Scott Scutters to endure. Nick Baker, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Ozzie Smith. Matt Williams, big head. Only 6 more to endure. Hopefully that's true. There he is again. Sexton says, also a no-back Barry Bonds air. I haven't heard about that one before. How much is a Mantle worth? I think it sells for about $1,000 on eBay. Paul L says, Robbie Blumpkin is my spirit animal. Yeah, he is awesome, man. He definitely is. Tom Hankey. On the back, Henderson. Clark Holbert, and Hanky. The hunt for Red October card continues. All right, moving right along here, Lewis. Let's find you a freaking Mantle. The last 2 boxes we have, and now 5 more Scott Scutters. I couldn't find a 90 tops. I had freaking 3 boxes full of 90 tops, and it took me like 3 hours to find one of his cards. But no lack of Scott Scutters in these boxes, though. Sexton says Bond's Air, $1,200 on eBay if it's real. That's crazy, man. Which one is it? He's got like several different cards in series 2. I've never even heard of that one. NCJ says I looked for the Mantle auto about 2 weeks ago, 0 for sale. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that have that don't really sell it. I think a lot of people that did sell it in the past were like kids or whatever else. I know some people have said that they've traded autos, 91, 92 autos for big names at the time. Frank Thomas usually leads to a chipper, and there is Chipper Jones early on in this box. Pretty freaking awesome. Anybody getting tired of seeing that one yet? I'm not yet. I still love that card. Maybe a little bit. What is that, number 18 or 19 we've seen now? Nice though for Lewis M. Likes his come on, Puckett's nipples, no whammies. Volman, people are too busy selling 2020 basketball hanger box for $8. That's crazy, man. It really is. It's very annoying. I hope that I can find some next week while I'm on vacation. I'm freaking driving around and try to find some Topps Chrome for myself. What's the Chipper Jones worth? You usually get it for a couple bucks. PSA 10's like $70 around there. I feel like getting a PSA 10 of that card is pretty easy. Sabo, Kurt Schilling, and Scott Scudder. Paul says, weren't you just on vacation maybe a month ago? Yeah, I was. My job's pretty good though. I get like, was it 25 vacation days a year? So from like July to July, I got 25 days to use. So that's like, think about it, there's like what, 20 weekdays in a month, so it's over a month of time off. Yeah, so I figured I'd take the last week of August off and try to hit some flea markets. Go back to Ohio, and now 4 more Scott Scutters. You're probably right, man. Allrood, Greg Jeffries. PSA 10 population under 2,000 for the chipper. That's pretty crazy. I thought it would be more than that. I think it was, what was it, Corey that sent me a PSA 10 pop of Tatis. Was it the flagship Topps card, 2019? Jeez, it was like, I thought it was like freaking 7,000 or something like that. Something crazy. 7,000. That card is skyrocketing though. Glad I bought one when I did for in that little stack. But we did find one chipper so far, so I wonder if that means that we'll end up seeing another one at the end of the box. Larkin Karkovice. I refuse to believe that his birth date is real on the back of his cards because it doesn't look like it. He looks like he's 70 years old. And burning right through this box. Sabo again. Karkovice, I almost want to declare him a bad omen. Bernard Gilkey again. Will live till he's 200. He might even be at 200 already. He very well could be. Charlie Huff is like 110. Yeah, Charlie Huff is not aged at all. That's insane. Alonzo PSA 10s for his 2019 Topps. Was he an update? He was an update, huh? Freaking over 8,000. I almost bought an Alonzo PSA 10, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't know. I don't think he's really doing that great this year. I think he's doing all right, but not like Tatis and everybody else, a lot of other guys. Daryl Kaiser, YouTube, pulled a Mantle out of score, but not auto. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I pulled one out like, I don't know, a couple months ago. There's Reds October, completely out of place. Was not expecting that one. I pulled one of those Mantle inserts out of one of these blocks a while ago. Paul Ellis 22 Reds October. What are we at, like 18 chippers? Freaking crazy. Willie McGee. NC Jason, I'm still looking after 30 years for the 52 bread card of Mantle featuring his number 6, not 7. Todd says Alonso is heating up. I haven't looked at any stats in a while. Chipper Jones, there he is, number 2. Very nice. Very, very nice. 2 for the box, 20 for the night, 22 for Reds October. And Dave Stewart, Scott Ruskin. That card still weirds me out because it's upside down in that one box for whatever reason. Let me plug my mic back in here. Get my phone charged enough. There we go. And firing right through these. Thank you to everyone who has stayed here the entire time. Anyone that's popped in, appreciate you watching. I will continue this search as long as I can find boxes. So I'd like to split it up. Next week, week after, we will we'll do 93 Donruss and see if we can find an elite card. I think I have 4 or 5 boxes, maybe. So it won't be nearly as tedious as this, but there's a lady that I'm talking to that has a big collection of cards that I'm going to try to... She was supposed to email or message me back today. I was going to try to buy it, but she's a bunch of 93 boxes in there too, along with a ton of other stuff. So might add more to that stack. Moises Alou. I've never seen that card tonight at all. Lieberthal, Griffey, Rifleman, and Don Robinson. Todd R., I'm glad that you enjoyed it, man. Thank you for being here the whole time. Paul says, never tedious when Robbie Blumkin comes up. That is true. We need to start including him in more videos. We definitely do. He's well worthy of it. Wally Joyner, Bonds. Yeah, I missed your comment before about, I forget who it was that was saying about the Barry Bonds error card. I think it was Sexton Knife Works. It has like multiple cards, I think, in this. What he's got, the MVP card, and then he has... I think there's one or two other ones. Chipper Jones again. We got number 3 here in this box. Lewis M. Pretty freaking awesome. 3rd Chipper. And I wouldn't doubt we'll see another one in here. Number 21. We're getting caught up to the Reds October. Nice. Take a shot. Take 2 shots for everyone from now on. Might as well. The night is still young. What is going on here? 10% battery. I had it charging for like a half hour. Cake enough Chipper, that's right. Figured we'd see 20-some tonight. I was going to do like a giveaway where we had to guess how many we would see, but Corey shot that idea down, so I was like, all right, maybe I won't do it then. Number 330 black border base for the Bonds eBay item. That's pretty sick. I'm going to look that up. Put my freaking charger back in so the stream doesn't die out on me. Like it's probably going to. All right. That's not true at all, man. That is not true, buddy. I had all these big plans and you shut them down. Chili Davis, Juan Gonzalez, and there's a freaking Desert Shield card or Desert Storm card that I like seeing that card though. It's nice. It's not really, it's almost like it's a short print because you don't see it too often. It's not like all these freaking belly bow, big head cards and stuff that we've seen 20 of. Barry Bonds. Yes, I think he has 3 cards in this series. Getting down to the nitty gritty for this box. Yeah, Eric Plunk must be in Series 1. Will Clark, Bonds again. Bo Jackson. The Mantle Magic is close. Nick Baker can feel it. Wes Gardner on the back. Interesting. Definitely still some cards popping up that I feel like I haven't seen it all yet, which is weird being 10 boxes deep. Nolan Ryan, he has like a, he has at least 1 card in here. He's like a K-Man card, I want to say it is, subset card. Yeah, his base must be in Series 1. I haven't seen it yet. All right, 7 packs left for Lewis. 3 chippers in this box. Hal Morris. Larkin Dream Team card, Bonds, Omar Oliveras, and Hal Morris. And the final 6. But at least we're not going 9 hours tonight. That's a good thing. Larkin, Boggs, Ronnie Walden. There is Nolan Ryan no-hit club. So I think he has 2 cards in this series. I feel like this series has more Hall of Famers in general. I think so too, Paul. Craig Beast and Nolan Ryan is card number 4 in Series 1. Joe Klink. Give us some luck there. Sabo. Candelaria, Drayback, Ronnie Walden. How many Mantle autos? 2,500 total that he signed. Corey, 93 Don Russ starts immediately after 11, after the box number 11. Yeah, that would be good. We should just go all night. It's maybe next week, dude. Maybe I'll get a case of Topps Kids. I wonder how much someone would sell a case of Topps Kids for. Paul L., what do you think? Let's do it. I forget. I think the one live stream was a $20 mixer break. I think I was doing that till like 3 in the morning. Shirtless Puckett shows up. Won't lead way to a Mantle, though. Doesn't seem like it. 24-hour live stream. 92 score next and hunt for the DiMaggio. Yeah, 92 score boxes. If I get my hands on them, I definitely buy them. DiMaggio is in Series 1 a 92 score. And Series 2 is Mantle, Yaz, and Usual. I wouldn't pay $1 for a case of that crap. See, I feel like I used to get like offended when you used to say that, Paul. And now I'm definitely on that bandwagon. Topps Kids sucks. Kirk Gibson, Reds October. Chalked that one up to 23 or something like that. Yeah, Topps Kids is a crap set. It really is. Last pack, number 23. My childhood friend Gary claims his Puckett Showers card turned him gay. That's pretty crazy. Do a stream of all the worst sets, 91 Fleer 92 Topps Kids Triple Play Yak packs. Oh, man. That would be interesting. Final pack here. Gilkey, of course. And that is it for the Lewis M box. Not bad, though. 3 Chipper Jones rookies in it. No Mantle. Still 10 boxes in. Let's put these away and let us indulge in the very last box of the evening. Final box of tonight. And it's going to be Chris A again. Last box magic. Will we see one tonight? I hope so. I freaking hope so. Put these away in here. Brent's card breaks. You have not missed too much. Just a lot of Chipper Jones rookies. And a lot of Reds October cards. Other than that, not too much. Saving the best box for last? I hope so, man. I really hope that we see even just a regular Mantle insert in here. It'll be freaking awesome. 2 Larry Jones in this box. Left Behind says, yeah, appreciate you guys sticking around and fighting the good fight with me, looking for these crazy chase cards that we always seem to somehow end up chasing after. All right, just about done here. Putting these away. And let's get down to it. Lewis M. off. And take us into the final box of tonight. Chris A. Let's find you a Mantle, man. I didn't think we'd ever get to this point. Let's do it. Ike says, are we supposed to take a shot when we pull the October Reds? Asking for a friend. I think we upped the ante to 2 shots. Since we stopped seeing it so frequently, I think we started saying 2 shots per Reds October card. I should be joining you for that one. All right. The final box of tonight is our Mantle awaiting us in here. I guess we're going to find out real soon. Let's go after it. I see. I see. We go to 35-40 Reds October till I get a prize. How many we have? Like 23, something like that. Chris A, good luck to you. Let's find it. Dawson leading off. Corey says, should I go to the bar? I don't think we all know the answer to that, man. I will be heading there as soon as I'm done with this. No, not really. It's a school night. Chris James. I don't remember seeing that card at all. Or Pete O'Brien. So we really opened 10 boxes of this stuff and have not seen either one of those. Man of the Year card. Give us some luck here. Aaron Holbert is not going to give us luck. Nick Baker says, I'm surprised there hasn't been a pack with a multiple of the same card. Yeah, that's true. Pack number 3, Chris A. Chris A usually has pretty good luck. I've said that before, but he's gotten some pretty key cards, pulled some Griffey refractors and whatnot out of breaks. Dave Clark, another card I don't remember seeing. There's that broken leg Bilecki. Schilling, Eric Davis, Chipper Jones. Nice. Third pack in, Chris A. I don't know how many you got out of the first box you had, but very, very nice chipper in the third pack. Yeah, I definitely do say that a lot, huh, Paul? 22 chippers. Todd R's got the counter going. Gene Harris, same exact collation, Man of the Year card. Benny, Donovan Osborne, and Gene Harris. Ends that pack. Man, we are blazing right through these. Some of the score packs are tough. You got to be careful opening them because you'll catch your corners really easy. Puckett, Dream Team, shirtless hunk card. Somebody said turn their friend gay. That's very interesting. I could see that about the Canseco card, the Dream Team card from the same set that used to, you know, wow the ladies when they see that. But the Puckett, not so much. What do we need? Plow King Willie here. Maybe we gotta ask him. And we blocked him a long time ago, so I guess we can't ask him. Andy Hawkins and Ernest Riles. Time for some Mantle magic, Nick Baker says. I hope so, man. Paul L. John Fishman is still here. Some more iconic in the 90s. Don West or Tom Amansky? Oh, man, that's a tough question. I got to say Don West, man. I got to go Don West. But that's just my personal opinion. Big Don West fan. Still, is Don West still alive? He's got to be. I always thought he was going to, like, literally rupture a freaking, I don't know, rupture a vein or something like that. Or have a heart attack, like, on live air. He's still alive. He does TTM. That's awesome. Lieberthal, Griffey, Rifleman. Yeah, Plow King Willie. He's been in here a bunch of times. He's always said questionable stuff, but it wasn't questionable enough for me to like block him until he was like, I don't know. It seemed like he was being a D-bag earlier, so it's like, all right, man, I guess the time has come, finally. He inscribes Gem Mint 10. That's awesome. Delonda Shields, Doc Gooden. Man of the Year card that Craig, I'm sure, is sick of seeing. Ken Daly. You met him. That's awesome. That would be awesome to do a collab with Don West. I wonder if he would do that. Corey says he was hitting on you, dude. He made his move and you shot him down. I didn't even think about it that way. Like I said, I thought he was being a D-bag. I don't know. I feel bad now. George Brett with a blemish to his top left corner. Larkin, DePino, and Louis Polonia. Ike. That's funny. Volman, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for staying around for so long. It's been real. Juan Gonzalez, Drebeck, Ronnie Walden. I don't think we'll ever forget that name. I don't think, Corey, you think I got a negative attitude? Man, I don't think I got that much of a negative attitude. Paul L. Yeah, it almost slips a lot of the time. There's also, I mean, there's definitely some slang and certain language that almost slips very frequently while I'm doing live streams, especially tonight. I had to stop myself like 3 or 4 times. Mike says, I watched your brother's marathon break last night, and compared to that, this is much more relaxing. I'm glad you enjoy it, man. Yeah, I don't do these long breaks too often, but I just happened to come across 10 boxes of these, and I had a box already, so I was like, let's try to find that mantle. Let's do it in one night. Chet says, after the break, can you call Eric on live stream and ask him to unban me from his channel? I can ask him. I feel like I did ask him that before a while ago. And I feel like whenever I ask him, like we were out at the flea market or something like that, and I don't think he can do it unless he's on the desktop, but I could send him a text. No sign of Chipper Jones. All right, did we pulled Chipper Jones out of the third pack, didn't we? I can't remember. All the boxes blend together. They all blend together. They're at worst when it's on Thursday night. No 87 Topps cards yet. I'm surprised. Frank Thomas, we've seen chippers in packs of his before, but not in this one. Of course, with the pleasure of seeing Kurt Miller and Todd Ritchie in that pack. Mike Marshall, I don't remember seeing any of his cards. Coach Big Mike Sr. Yeah, Eric actually is my older brother. I'm 35, Eric's 39. He's 4 years older than me. If I get Don West on my channel, what would you open? I don't know, man. Maybe 87 Topps. I feel like he used to like plug the hell out of 87 Topps. Like say it was like so freaking valuable. And I guess at one point it was. Ronnie Walden still does have some value to it, but thanks, Coach Big Mike. I appreciate that, man. We're on our final box tonight. Appreciate you joining us. Chris and Chris, I feel like Kurt Miller is going to be it's going to break out soon. He might finally live up to that promise. Look over and he'll be sitting next to me. Wade Boggs, Frank Thomas, and Kurt Miller. I think you were right, Chris and Chris. And it seems like that. You definitely called it, man. Sex Knife, or do you think you pulled the complete set? Definitely probably 20 Series 2 sets. Craig B says, if you want to save some money on the shipping and keep the commons, I will if you want. That's what Reds October. Chalk it up. Yeah, if you don't want them, man, I'll put them in the commons box. 24 on the Reds October. I think I have, like I said, I think I have some Sandbergs to send you, Craig. And the one, the Drakes, I know you already have, but I think you have two of it, but I'll still send it to you anywhere. Oh, I appreciate that, man. It's nice of you. Gwen Larkin, Puckett, shirtless. Why can't there be a mantle on the shirtless Puckett? Don West Sabo, John Jazz box. Well, that'd be epic. That would be sick. All right, we're like halfway done with this last box, and anytime, Craig, I appreciate you being here. Drake's was some sort of, I don't know. Craig could tell you, I don't know if it was a candy from the 80s. It's almost like they were cut off of a box. I think that's what they were. Jack Parkman doing his little shimmy. I wish that there was a Shirley Jack Parkman insert in here. That'd be sick. Drake's coffee cake. That's what it is. Yeah, I had a random binder that had a bunch of those cards in there. Just love the throwing variation on the Owlighter 87 card. The Topps Error card. Was it Steve Cook? Steve Cook? That was Steve something. That was the other guy that was shown on there. The Error card. I don't know why I want to say Steve Cook, but that's what comes to mind. 24 shots, I'd be in a dumpster. All right, the last box. Will we have some luck? Will Mickey Mantle bless us with an auto in the very last box? Is he watching over us right now or looking down on us, whatever you want to say? Or maybe he's sitting next to me. Have we summoned him yet with this box? Whatever you believe, maybe we can believe that we can pull this card out of this last box here. We're getting down to the end. Did pretty good with time, though. 10:30. We're almost done. I can't believe it. Andy Hawks. You know what, Joe? I want to tell you, too. You know there's a Scruff McGruff, Reds October, number 25, I think. There's a Scruff McGruff insert card set that I came across in the Almanac that was like early 2000s. Like, this is intriguing. And, you know, I'm sure you heard me and Joe both talk about the Scruff McGruff soundtrack or CD from the 80s, 1986. And yeah, they made Scruff McGruff baseball cards. Danny Heap. I don't know if I'm delirious or not, but I keep seeing like the backs of these and think it's like a Mantle cracking cocaine. Yeah, that song's so ridiculous. Sean Fisher says, "Who did more blow, Don West or Macho Man?" I'd have to go Don West on that one again. Yeah, I think he definitely held that one down. Like I said, I'm surprised that he did not drop dead with how energetic he was. And maybe it was his personality or all the mass amounts of cocaine he was snorting in between breaks. Who knows? But we gotta get him on here. That'd be awesome. That would be quite an honor to rip open something with Don West. That'd be amazing. Left Behind Times is long night at work tonight. Stream help. Thanks, bro. Left Behind Times. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. I'm pretty sure you have a channel too. I think I'm subbed to you already, but let me see. Left Behind Times. Let me see if I can pull you up here. I am subbed to you. You have almost 1,000 subs and not even 100 videos yet. You're doing pretty well. Check out Left Behind Times and show him some support there. Close to 800 subs. Really appreciate that, man. Sean Fishman says, your brother and Don West, that I have to turn down the volume to listen. Dale Murphy on the back here. Seen that so many times. The last end of the pack. Bernard Gilkey, how many of his cards do you think we've seen tonight? Probably freaking 100. Probably more than that. Interesting thing says, you and your brother are good guys. I know I've watched you both for a year now. I think your channel is more chill than your brother's, and I just want to tell you that. Thanks a lot. Interesting things. I appreciate that. I don't recognize your name, but I appreciate you commenting in here. Very glad to have all you guys here. Very appreciative that I have so many people to talk to. ND says, sorry, joined late. Did you hit a chipper? We found, what, 23 chippers? Matt Williams, Bernard Gilkey, 20-some chippers, and freaking 100 Bernard Gilkeys. Brent's Carbrick says, I'm old. I watched wrestling when there was Trish Stratus. Yeah, I definitely remember her in the 90s. Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of chippers. I don't even know how many more, like, PSA 10s there would be. Probably quite a few. There was a lot of nice ones. The Wild Roger McDowell. Shane Andrews. Haven't seen that one in a while. Okay. All right. 7 packs left. And then that's it for tonight's break. 22 Chipper Jones, Kenneth says. There's that Dale Murphy again. Ron Robinson Clark. Paul Sorrento, personal fan favorite. Not. A lot of people that hate on him in here. Pretty fun. Pretty funny. David the Dead said, don't comment much, but definitely dug watching your live streams with these older cards. David the Dead, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Good to have you here. James Jordan says, where are the questions autographs? Craig B says, there's a Scruff McGruff vintage emergency strobe beacon light on eBay. I feel like I saw that. I follow the Scruff McGruff listing on there. Don't ask me why. Probably because I want to find that freaking cassette tape. Ken Griffey Jr. I really want to hard copy that. Bow Breaker comes in the very, very last 6 packs here. Very, very nice. Good to see that card. About 1 in 3 boxes, it seems like. As I've said many times already. But then there was 5. Still haven't seen a Mantle insert card, auto, nothing. Nothing yet. So that luck that I had was probably pretty good, I guess, when I opened that one random box and pulled it like a month or 2 ago. Nothing in that one. And there are 4. Final 4, Dwayne Ward on the back. Kingery, I don't remember seeing any of his cards at all in this box, but who knows. Sal Camposano. Griffey's, Nolan Ryan. Dwayne Ward. Paul L. That sounds pretty funny, man. I like to hear that. James says, didn't mean to say question if no Mantle signed or not. Yeah, he signed 2,500, and then, I mean, there's a lot of the regular insert cards, but only 2,500 autos. Griffey's again. Mo Vaughn. Cecil Fielder. And there's John Fishman again. Says, didn't they put Scruff McGruff down for being a cop? The real Scruff McGruff got arrested in real life. Like, it was a few years ago. The guy that played Scruff McGruff got arrested. I think it was in Texas for having like pounds upon pounds of weed and he had a grenade launcher on him. I know Joe's Card Corral read the story. Yeah, Scruff McGruff, the guy who's supposed to be anti-drugs and anti-marijuana and anti-weapons, I think, or whatever, violence, freaking grenade launcher, and all kinds of weed on him. So crazy. Chris Karts, 100 million views, still wouldn't pay for the packs. Let's see here. Final 2 packs, guys. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. You can Google that about Scruff McGruff. Pretty hilarious stuff. The guy that was supposed to be this wholesome character arrested with a grenade launcher. The last packet tonight. Come on, Mick. Give us some last pack magic here, man. Weed and a grenade launcher. Got pulled over for speeding. That's what it was. Yeah, got pulled over for speeding and drew attention to himself and then had like a ton of weed in his trunk or whatever and a grenade launcher. Like, where are you going with the grenade launcher? Paul says you got 16 years in jail. Yeah, that's what it is. Shipper hitting the last pack. And Adam says, you're right. That's why you have other people buying them. Brittany's here. We're almost at the end. I wanted to ask if we could break 11 more. We can break something else. I know you're probably looking forward to that. Frank Thomas usually leads way to Chipper Jones, but no Mantle. Ah, man. Not even an insert card. Interesting thing is, come on, Mantle hit. No freaking Mantle. 11 boxes. It goes to show how difficult it is to pull that card, but I don't want to give up yet. I don't have any more 91 score left, but I will obtain some. Believe me, I definitely will obtain some. So I appreciate you guys all being here. Crazy how rare that card is, but we'll keep ripping these. As long as I can find them for a good price, then we will continue to rip those up and down the road. But next week, hopefully, we'll have some Don Russ breaks. We're looking for an elite card. We will keep the search alive, and then Turn Back the Clock Tuesday might be on hiatus for now, but it definitely will be coming back soon. So I hope to have some more videos and different kinds of videos for you. Maybe some flea market videos, maybe some toy store videos, hopefully next week. So stay tuned. I appreciate all your support, guys, and thank you for bearing with me the last nearly 4 hours. You guys are the best. All right, I'll see you guys all. Enjoy the rest of your work week. I'll talk to you very soon.